to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player. Or say the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause or else she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low, bring in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare.
Why did Daddy say so?
Because we were talking about every night, I wanted some boyfriend, so I'm moving out.
Because Daddy told you can't have a boyfriend in his house? So you're moving out?
Yes.
Welcome to the Dirty Folks Daycare. I am your tolerologist, Dirty Folks. Sorry for the reschedule, guys. I got sick. After the whole entire show we did yesterday about nutrition, I got sick. Somebody slipped me some with some pork juice on it. Some waking up all night, going to the bathroom, knock my timing off. All right, so I'm gonna open up the chat real early today because I know people want to discuss a particular topic, but that's not what I'm on. Ironically, though, this is related. So I celebrated the world class 500 sub show yesterday. It was dope. Gotta support the guys. And as I was getting off, I got a voice inbox on Facebook from one of my mentees. And I'm gonna play. I don't normally play other people's stuff like this, but I'm gonna play it because I need y'all to understand, especially for people that was on the world class last night, the energy that was already there. And then I hear this.
Yo, what's up, Oak? So, a dude that I watch on YouTube, Melanie King wanted to interview him. So he put it on his community tab. So I clicked the link and went to her channel. She gave him like a short interview, but she interviewed other people in that same live stream. So I'm looking at it, and because I never seen her channel before, I know of her and I know what she looked like, but I don't watch like the female YouTubers. The only person that I see her videos every once in a while and I'll watch it because they're real quick is Pink Book Lessons. But other than that, I don't listen to no female YouTubers. So I just listen to you, of course, the Dirty Folks podcast, and Mr. Palmer's show, World Class, Mr. Goodbread, mostly Mr. Goodbread, you, Mr. Palmer, and Coach Greg Adams, and Bernard Riley. But mostly men, right? I don't listen to no females because that just doesn't make sense to me. But I think you was complaining about it. You say something about it one time on your channel, like these dudes is listening to, they're supporting the women when they're supporting the men. But I knew what you were talking about, but I didn't know like these dudes was really sitting down on live streams getting advice from these. Like if you check out her, well, I think she live right now, Melanie King. Like she really there. The dudes is coming on her panel. I guess they interview like Kevin Samuels would interview the women, but they getting that advice from her. Like she Kevin Samuels or something. I'm just like, what is going on? Yo, they nodding their head and everything. I'm sitting there like this don't look right. But I was like, is this what Oak was talking about? But I know some people be talking about Jessica X too, but I'm just like, any female period. But I just was shocked, like these dudes really on her live stream sitting there, like taking advice from her. She got clothes on. First of all, she's not a man. A fish can't teach you how to fish. This no. This is crazy.
All right, guys. So one of the guys, they sent me that voice message to tell me to check out the Jessica X. Well, they didn't tell me to check out Jessica X, but they said they checked it out. And I'm gonna show you the first. I didn't watch the show. I just clicked any random spot, and he was right. I want to share a clip, the longest clip that I could stand to watch. From that Jessica X show that he's mentioning.
Hi.
You know what? Why not? StreamYard must be trying to tell me something. All right, so I'm putting the clip. I'm putting the chat link early today because it's gonna be a quick show. It's only a couple of clips. Let me show you this Jessica X.
Andrew.
Oh, what's up? Hey.
Hi. What you got for me tonight?
Well, I've been watching a lot of Kevin Samuels videos, and I got inspired to take on a more challenging job. I was currently making around $17.50 an hour. I never thought that was that much. I just needed something to hold me down. In my next position, I'm going to be making about $66,000 a year, and I was wondering if that is even enough to even consider start dating.
Well, listen. Hi.
Okay, guys. I need you guys. Shout out to the young Tylerology mentee that sent me the voice message. He said a fish can't teach you how to fish. That's true. The fact that this was my biggest problem with the Kevin Samuels message. I'm not going to bluster that. He is the bridge. Kevin Samuels brought attention to male issues. I'm not taking that away from him. He is the bridge. But he wasn't the extreme. I'm the extreme. But I was too extreme. That's why I kept getting canceled. But now y'all get me. So I'm gonna say what I was gonna say. What Kevin did was told men to go earn money, you can get a girl. Basically, he gave men the perception that love is a scene from Pretty Woman. You get rich and some prostitute falls in love with you, and you live happily ever after. It's not why you get escorts, sir. So basically, what he's saying is $66,000 a year enough to finance a escort, to make an escort look right? Now, here's my thing. I'm so big on make payroll. I am huge on make payroll, right? For those who took the Tolerology course, the Mayor Secretary course, y'all know I'm big on make payroll. But you make payroll to pay for duty. You don't make payroll to buy love. I didn't. That's as long as the clip is, gentlemen, because I never cared what she had to say because she had clothes on. I just wanted to hear what my mentee was talking about. And apparently, dudes are really asking women for advice they should ask their dad. crazy. I just want to show y'all something real quick. Just real quick. Pull it up real quick. $66,000 a year is roughly $1,400 a week. Right? $1,400 a week is the cap that a woman can make to be on social services if she has less than 2 kids. He made, well, I'm sorry, a month. $1,400 a month is the cap of what a woman can make to volunteer to apply for slavery. And those are the main type of women think they need a high value man. You know, chicks ain't got no bread. So he's asking if what he makes a week is enough to satisfy a girl who that's all she makes a month. It just started off stupid to me. I ain't listened to the rest. However, I did see by the link he showed, I did see the guy he was talking about. And the guy he's talking about is the passport guy who does videos like, I ain't never coming back to America. I'm gonna show y'all how to make pesos so you ain't never got to get no. So shout out to that. But the first person, but that was more of a statement piece. The first, all the questions went like that. Melanie, teach me how to be a man. Let's show y'all something else. So off the cusp of that, we all went in to support the homie. He was on this very you know what? No hate, no shade. He was on a panel with a bunch of guys. I think the name of the show is what's the name of the show? Like Black Man Uncensored, I think. And once again, all this is just repetitive messaging. All these clips are just from yesterday. I want to show you guys. I want you guys to hear what happens to men after men listen to women.
Was raised by mostly women. My mom, my auntie, and my grandma. And my mom was always working, so she dropped me off at my auntie house all the time. And I was getting talked about as a kid, bullied as a kid. And I'm now reflecting, bro, I really was picking up my mom and my auntie and my grandma traits. Now I wasn't like, and I wasn't gay or anything, but you know, I wasn't walking like a girl, but I started having these feminine traits. One of those traits was leading with my emotion. You know what I'm saying? Instead of whooping some ass, I want to cry, tell, and put my head down and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, man, that shit really like messed me up, like elementary, middle school. Then, you know what I'm saying, towards 7th, 8th grade, that's when, you know, that went away. But I had to really build I feel like I had to build my masculinity by just talking to other men. You know what I'm saying? I say all the time, I wish we.
Hold on. I want to play that back because I want to break it down this time and tell you, even now, how many things he got not quite right, but he's on the path to recovery. But he's still a lifelong. He'll still be a lifelong son.
I was raised by mostly women.
He'll still get you killed. Let's break it down now.
I was raised by mostly women.
Pause. I appreciate that reflection. But just knowing that he was raised by mostly women, you know he was raised to be a killer, a coward, or gay. Right? And he knows it too. Look at that.
My mom, my auntie, and my grandma. And my mom was always working, so she dropped me off at my auntie house.
Okay. raised by mom, auntie, grandma. But mom is always working because mama don't need no man. And because you guys got to understand this, man. You got to understand that matriarchy is slavery. Matriarchy is slavery. If you go Willie Lynch to yourself, the first sentence is going to be to control the slave, you got to put the woman above the man. That is the first sentence because matriarchy is slavery. Whips and chains aren't slavery. Whips and chains are enforcement. Whips and chains are simp enforcers for the matriarchy who are the slave masters. Men who defend toddlers who aren't trained are no different than any other type of slave plantation overseer. So even with all that being said, him being raised by his mom, his aunt, and his grandmother, he will be a slave overseer and not even and love his oppressor. But the other thing of why I pause is because he said his mom always works, so she dropped him off at his grandma's house. I need y'all guys to understand that these women do not raise their kids. None of these chicks raise their kids, yo. They take the most formidable years of your life, birth through grade 5, and they immerse you in all women who hate your masculinity. Mom, auntie, grandma, babysitter, daycares, pre-K, kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade. You're in 5th grade, 11 years old, before you see your first male teacher, who's normally the gym teacher, special needs teacher, janitor, and basketball coach. He got a bunch of keys and some jerseys because they don't hire that many males in elementary school. They don't even want to give you the perception that men could be in a position of authority because that's part of the mind fuck. So he's already been groomed to see women as an authoritative figure, right? You see why? That's why he's asking Melanie King questions, because he's been taught to see women as an authority figure. Is this making sense, chat? Are y'all following me? And then every girl he talking about had clothes on, so he don't know what the fuck going on in the world, because he been listening to clothed toddlers his whole life. But let's continue to break it down.
All the time. And I was getting talked about as a kid, bullied as a kid. And I'm now reflecting, bro, I really was picking up my mom and my auntie and my grandma traits. Now, I wasn't like.
Okay. He said he was getting picked on and bullied as a kid. I bet you he wasn't. I bet you he wasn't. I bet you was just getting hazed. Kids are cruel. No children are crueler than girls, because girls are all about social. They're comparative, so it's all about social connections with girls. So that's why the movie Mean Girls was so impactful, because whores are horrible. But boys haze because we need to know if you're one of us. So what boys do is they say, your haircut, nah, which would make you learn how to cut your own hair or get a lining. They'll talk about when you play basketball, you don't have no left hand, which will make you go practice harder to get a left hand. Guys will, but here's the thing, most boys will roast you and somebody will teach you, right? I remember the day that I became funny. It was an actual day. I became funny on a day. Apparently, I was in rare form that whole day, like Toddler been in rare form in the chats this week. But apparently I had been in rare form that whole day. I was like 15, 16 years old. We was all sitting on the places She was the whole neighborhood's play sister. Homegirl Adrian. We was like 7 deep on Adrian porch because the street lights was on. Adrian couldn't leave off the porch. That's the homegirl. We're still on the porch with her. Her parents say, man, you know, just on the porch. And I don't know what I said. And everybody been laughing at me all day. Or laughing with me all day. And at that time, I had some sports goggles that my dad had gotten me because my eyes was irritated. So it was like the Horace Grant sports goggles. And I don't know what the joke was, but it was some joke about the goggles. It was like a self-defecating joke. But that was like, I remember my boy Charlie was like, that's 10. This dude done cracked 10 jokes. This nigga's finally funny. It like happened in one day. And it was like that day, everybody was like, yo, bro, you wasn't funny before the day, but keep it up. That was the haze, then the acceptance. That is what boys do. That's how boys create the structure that you need in order to maintain with guys. That's how you find your class, right? Your group. Are you gonna be a jock? Are you gonna be a comedian? Are you gonna be an academic? It's how guys sort it out. But it's not a hate thing. Kids are just assholes. He couldn't take the natural proclivity of kids being assholes during the course of doing some asshole shit. Because boys being assholes does not mean that they're mean or that they're talking about you. It means that we shit talking. It means that we're about to go in somebody's backyard and wrestle. And because we don't know that wrestling is fake, somebody's really going to jump out of a tree and DDT you in the grass. They really going to try to suplex you off the fence. And we live through it. Grass is soft. And we're going to talk crazy the whole time. These are acts of microaggression, but they're channeled. That's what boys do. Girls just play dress up. So when they roast you, it's all about some goofy, superficial shit. It's not about sharpening steel. So he felt like he was getting bullied because all girls think they getting bullied when they don't get their way, and he has the energy of his mom and his aunt, according to him. So let's continue with this.
Right. Now I wasn't like, and I wasn't gay or anything, but you know, I wasn't walking like a girl, but
Pause. What I tell y'all, women raise killers, cowards, and gays. He said he was a coward, and he acknowledged he was not gay because intrinsically he understands that women only raise killers, cowards, and gays. They don't raise real rounded people.
started having these feminine traits. One of those traits was leading with my emotion. You know what I'm saying? Instead of whooping some ass, I want to cry, tell, and put my head down and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit.
But here's the thing. I want to bring that back, even though he was saying he a snitch. But he said instead of doing what, gentlemen? Listen to this.
To cry.
A little bit further back.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of whooping some ass, I want to cry.
Okay, instead of whooping some ass part. There's a video on my channel somewhere that talks about the 5 stages of conflict resolution. It doesn't go from either I'm whipping ass or I'm crying. Those are the extremes that women do. Right? They either cry or they whip ass. Right? It's either them on the phone with your dad, you better come get these kids, while she crying, or she beating all y'all ass. And y'all can't call DCFS because you ain't got the phone number. They still didn't learn the lesson. Conflict resolution, 5-step checklist. Because you still might have to whip some ass, but you got to go through the checklist first. Being aware of your surroundings, things of that nature. He still didn't learn that lesson. But
I tell and put my head down and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, man, that shit really like messed me up. Like elementary, middle school, then, you know what I'm saying, towards 7th, 8th grade, that's when, you know, that went away. But I had to really build I feel like I had to build my masculinity by just talking to other men. You know what I'm saying? I say all the time, I wish we had platforms like this when I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would be live fire. I was right.
Now he wants to build his masculinity by talking to men. That's how women build their masculinity. By talking to men. The reason that men feel so comfortable talking to women about men issues is because they only feel comfortable talking to men who that's the word I'm looking for. Who put women on top? That's not the word I was looking for. The word I was looking for start with a P. But men who put women on the pedestal. I wanna tell you how easily, and I've heard people say this about Jessica X too. And this ain't no hate or shade on Jessica X or on Melanie King, because it's not about Melanie King or Jessica X. This is about the mindset of the guys who will listen to a Melanie King or Jessica X. I want you to hear what the first gentleman said again. I'm only gonna play like the first 3 or 4 seconds. I want you to hear how he got to to Melanie King, his route to Melanie King. Listen,
Hi, Andrew.
Oh, excellent. Hey.
Hi. What you got for me tonight?
Well, I've been like watching a lot of Kevin Samuels videos, and I got
pause. That's it. That's it right there. This guy started off watching Kevin Samuels videos, and he goes from Kevin Samuels to Melanie King. From Kevin Samuels to Jessica X. From Kevin Samuels to Pink Book Lessons. Like I said, but y'all come in, man. I really want to hear you guys' comments. Let's take this quick break. Then we gonna get into it, and we also gonna discuss a pet peeve that I have about men who listen to professional fight promoters. We'll talk about that when I come right back. Toddler tales are crazy stories that could only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Toddlerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other Toddlerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story. All right, guys. So here's my pet peeve. My pet peeve are the dudes that's in my number 2 rules of life, which is not to get killed by a dude over a toddler, right? The same way that men have a 5-level checklist before they get to for conflict resolution, women have 3 or 4 levels to promote fights. The first level is shame. So y'all know about the blame, shame, explain, don't. But the first thing is they'll try to punk you. If they can't punk you, they'll try to blame you for them being disrespectful in the first place. Then the third thing they'll do is they'll look for men. It's always men in their vicinity to defend them because they're trying to weaponize your natural disposition to be chivalrous. If that doesn't work, then they'll blame those guys. And then they'll go into their trick bag of promoting a fight for somebody they love, which is their brothers, their dads, their cousins. And then when that doesn't work, then they'll say they'll do it themselves, hoping that somebody else will hop in. You ever seen somebody try to have a fight, but they really want you to hold them back? And as soon as you act like you hold them back, like, yeah, you lucky they hold him. That's their routine because they're predisposition. Girls don't understand what words mean. Girls have no comprehension skills. Girls are not unintelligent. They're just dumb. So when they don't understand something that came from a book that they read or something that another woman with clothes taught them, then if they don't understand, they feel attacked because girls don't listen for understanding. Girls listen for their turn. Let me say that again. Girls don't listen for understanding. Girls listen for their turn. Girls depend on you to understand them, even to the point that they expect you to be a mind reader. Girls don't really give a shit about what you're going through unless what you're going through affects them positively, indirectly, immediately. Girls don't care about 7-year plans unless her 7-year plan is to stay in a marriage for 7 bullshit years so she can get the house, the kids, and alimony. But a 7-year plan for their life doesn't go past school. Because they can be in college like, I think I'm going to get a doctorate. Once they get the doctorate, have no 7-year plan on how they're going to expand their career with that doctorate. That's why they always complaining about their salary and their position, because they didn't have a plan for life. They just had a plan based on the structure that men created. And it was like, follow this ladder as long as I can follow this ladder. Which is why you got to create your own systems, gentlemen. Anyway. Women with clothes on will tell you everything that a woman should do, but she'll just put man on, right? Women accuse men of cheating. Women cheat way more than men. 34% of men cheat, 91% of women cheat. They'll talk about all these deadbeat dads. 80% of women got kids. Let me take that back. 80% of women who had kids are single mothers. 16% of men who had kids are single dads. 16%. That other 64% is wrapped up into the fact that 64% of women who have kids have multiple kids by multiple men, and that's out that 4% of men that's left. But they'll blame that on all men. Women will get cold French fries, have their son come up to the establishment, throw his life away by taking somebody else's life. Women make permanent decisions on temporary emotions. They want other men to make permanent decisions based on her temporary emotion. Because the day ain't done until one dude dead, another dude in jail, and she's telling the third dude it wasn't her fault. But this ain't about women. It's about the guys. There's guys that believe that program. And those guys are your ops. In order to tribe, gentlemen, men have to build with men. If you black, then you're not going to build shit. So don't worry about it. Because if you black, you'll throw it all away to defend a girl. You'll kill Jesus if Mary Magdalene was like, Jesus hit me. You'll kill the Messiah over a girl. Then while you're in jail, do some type of confessional. I shouldn't have killed Jesus. It was just the deed is done now. I was trying to hold on for Zona to join us, but I ain't gonna be on that long. I just want to show you guys that, because shout out to my mentee, Cynthia. Zone, there, come on. What's going on, Zone?
What up, Dirty? What's going on, brother? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm surviving, baby. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Word, man. I heard somebody try to slip a little something, something, and you drank or something.
Something like that. It was in my food, but something like that. Yeah, got
Word.
slight pork grease on a piece of. You know how somebody give you some pizza and you try to take off all the pepperoni, but it still had the pepperoni juice. Stomach been jacked up ever since. But
Facts.
what's
Yeah, yeah, man. I was just listening in a little bit, like just kind of. I'm actually dealing with a bunch of toddlers right now in a meeting, so I'm in between meetings and trainings and shit like that. Um, but yeah, man, it you can't. It it's see this is why you got to have a male figure, a father figure, you know what I'm saying, in the home. It's important because these guys, this is what they do. Like, see a man, when you asking a man a question about how to accomplish something or the steps that he took or how did he overcome something, most men that I know that I ask questions, because I don't just ask any man anything. I what I do is I'll size him up, listen to him talk, kind of get to know him a little bit. And if I feel like he's worthy enough for me to like ask him something and I feel like he's accomplished, I'm gonna go ask him. A lot of these guys, they run and they go talk to women because they know women is gonna give them basically, you know how like women like to hear sweet nothings, you know what I'm saying? Tell them they're beautiful, give them the flowers. Like a lot of men, they'll go run to women's channel and run in women's DMs and call them because they know that men are gonna give it to them raw, straight. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's why these dudes go run to women's channel because they ain't really ready like to do the work that it takes to get to where they need to be.
I agree with everything you said except the last sentence. I don't think it's that they're not ready to do the work to get to where they want to be. I don't think they know the process of how to do the work. I think they want to do the work a lot of the time.
Okay.
If let's take this gentleman right here. Let's take this gentleman right here.
Hi, Andrew.
Oh, what's up? Hey.
Hi. What you got for me tonight?
Well, I've been like watching a lot of Kevin Samuels videos, and I got inspired to take on a more challenging job. I was currently making around like $17.50 an hour. I never thought that was that much. I just needed something to hold me down. In my next position, I'm going to be making about $66,000 a year, and I was wondering if that is even enough to even consider start dating.
You take this gentleman right here. He watched a couple of Kevin Samuels videos and said, you know what, I need a better job. He went from about, 28, 32 a year to 66. He doubled his income off of Kevin Samuels videos. That's all right. Wherever the inspiration comes from.
I mean, see, that's the thing. Like with that, like I'm gonna just keep it 100. Obviously, somebody like me and somebody like him is two different people, two different humans. I don't need a guy in a suit on YouTube to tell me that I need to double my income or that I need to get a better job. Like, or the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem with a lot of these guys, man. Like, why are you running to YouTube? Why are you running to the internet for shit like that? And on top of that, like, why are you telling this chick how much money that you plan on making? It's when I see something like that, it's kind of like these guys are subliminally shooting their shot without shooting it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was actually my first thought. But because my first thought was, he said 66, but I know Melanie channel juking, so she probably making like 250. So that ain't, the money ain't going to impress her. That was my first thought. But I'll tell you what my second thought was. He still did it on his own. What he's looking for is that hug he never got from his mother. Vicariously, Kevin Samuels gave him that hug, told him, you're good enough. You're smart enough. That's what girls are supposed to do. Be your cheerleader.
Right.
You're good. But Kevin didn't help him apply. Kevin didn't give him his skill set, whatever his skill set is. Kevin didn't hire him. Kevin had
Right.
absolutely no impact on the deeds that he did. He just needed inspiration.
Right. Right.
So now he's coming to Melanie to try to get inspiration. He just wants her to say 66,000 is enough to get you a bus. So he can have the confidence to try to get a bus. That's all he wants to hear. Because Kevin told him he needed 100. So he asking the woman if 66 is enough. Can I get a discount toddler?
That's a problem. Seeking the approval of toddlers.
Real quick. Shout out to the $5 cash out for Money Making Mitch. $2 from Uzone. Thank you, sir, for the daycare fees.
Yes,
And
sir.
$5 from XL Pro. Gratitude, guys. Toddlers depend on you to seek their approval. That's the only way the generational curse can keep becoming a cancer to any community. To
Right.
any community. People think that black people think in black and white because that's how girls think. Either I'm crying or I'm fighting, right?
Right.
Either I love you or I hate you, right?
Yep.
But guys think in tears. So I lost my train of thought what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna say this: y'all come on these channels that I'm on, and I'm consistent. I'm like, yo, bro, I got 2 tacos for some pussy. 2 tacos. This is like, well, can I get guacamole and sour cream? Bitch, you got to pick one topping. You get 2 tacos, 1 topping.
Right.
And I'm consistent because that's your worth. I create your worth. Right? It's
Right.
like, know your worth. Your worth is based on market value. I am in the market. You can accept these 2 tacos, or you can reject these 2 tacos. You can come to the taco table negotiating. Like, can I get one more taco? It probably won't unless it's a dope conversation. But I'm the shopper, right?
Right.
It's my job to haggle, right? You want
Correct.
12,000 for that car, bro? I got 8,000 in my pocket. I'm trying to get the car for 7,200. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And your job is to get the whole 12,000 for the car. So you may say, yo, I'm not gonna take your 7. I'll go to 8, and I'll be like, or I'll go to 9. I'm like, man, if I give you 8, and we'll haggle until we get to a price point.
Right.
Women don't do that. Women have an imaginary price point based on if they like you or not. And then that's where they are. But their price point is fluid because you could just take their services. Nothing happen. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they don't offer a product, they offer a service.
Okay.
There's a price point for products because you have the MSRP. It takes X amount of money for the materials, the manufacturing, the labor. That's a finite number, right? That's a finite number.
Right.
So then you say Chevy Malibu. What a Malibu cost? Like 18,000, something like that.
Yeah, roughly.
Let's say 20. Let's say 20. So a Chevy Malibu will cost $20,000. That is $3,000 in material. Because they had a factory and the way that they do it, they vastly reduce their manufacturing costs. So you had $1,000 for manufacturing, but you still got to pay the workers to assemble it. So, and personnel is honestly one of your biggest expenses. So we're looking at another $3,000 or $4,000 for labor. So you're looking at anywhere between $7,000 to $8,000 to make a Chevy Malibu. Then you sell it to the dealership for $12,000. So you made a $4,000 profit as Chevrolet, as GMC. You made a $4,000 profit for every Malibu. Now it's the dealership's job to sell it for 20 so they can make an $8,000 profit on the Malibu. You're haggling their 8,000. You're not haggling the 12 they spent on it. You ain't never gonna get it for 11 and they paid 12. You might be able to haggle to 16 from 20, but you never gonna get it for less than what they paid for.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because that's a product. When it comes to a service, cutting grass is a service, right?
Yeah.
Probably cost you, as expensive as gas is now, it'll cost you $1 worth of gas for a quarter acre. But they charge you $45 to landscape a quarter acre, right?
Right.
So that's $44 in service fees. You could haggle $44 in service fees. You can find a kid to cut your grass for $5 if you find the right kid. You can haggle service fees because it's an arbitrary fee that you just made up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When women say they know their worth, they talking about their price for their body because they don't bring any other intrinsics to the table.
Right.
So you put a price in your body. Now we're negotiating the price for your body. You think your body is worth $1 million. I think it's worth a taco, maybe 2. Everything else is just negotiation. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
But that's what it's worth to me. Right? Now, with sentimental value is priceless. My connection to you may make your value exponentially bigger. So that's when your moms and your sisters and your cousins and your wife come into play. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
What dudes are doing is associating the value, the sentimental value they would have for an aunt, and giving it to every woman.
Which is incorrect. Or they shouldn't do, I should say.
But that's what they do. It's the reason that dudes have a wife and 3 kids at home and end up dying in some gas station trying to save some goofy bitch from her boyfriend.
Right.
Is this making sense? Am I?
That's the whole point you was trying to prove last night. I feel like one of the points.
One of the points. At some point, it just became about girls being dumb. At some point, I was just showing y'all the checklist of how girls try to set you up.
I peeped that. Like, I was moving, shaking, and popping last night, and I know like it got real turned up, but like, cause I was paying, cause see the thing with you, Dirty, like even myself, like when I first got put on to you via Mr. Palmer, hearing you talk on the panel and things, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, who is this crazy ass nigga, man? Like, but then the more and more I started like hearing what you were saying and then connecting the dots, not online, but just in real life with real people, I'm like, man, this guy like is a diamond in the rough. Like the more and more I listen, and I know people thought that you was like throwed off or whatever, but I was watching and you were on point with everything that you were able to recall, like the back and forths. You're able to put in order everything. I was watching that shit. That shit was a lesson. I'm like, I feel like people were too caught up in the semantics of what was going on, and they wasn't paying attention to the lesson. I mean, I was sitting back in my driver's seat. I was like, this is, you know how many teachers would kill to be able to everything that they teach? Because a lot of teachers, they teach a lot of shit in the classroom, but they're never gonna have a chance to actually make an example of what they talk about and what they teach about. And you seize that opportunity. To me, I can't speak for other people.
If you're a tolerologist, I was trying to tell y'all, but yeah.
As a lesson, that was a master class. That was a master class. I ain't gonna front. What's going on, Poppy?
Yo, how's everybody doing?
What's popping, Poppy?
Chilling.
Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't been. I mean, I'm always in the chat with Dirty Falls, but I haven't been over here in a minute in the panel, man. Come over here, show some love to my nigga.
Yes, sir.
Gratitude, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I seen that video like yesterday. You talk about the when homeboy called, what's her name, that girl Melanie King, shit like that.
Yeah.
I just don't understand that, bro. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why they even bother to call? I can understand if they call the girl, if they trying to like get with her. I will get that part. But they calling this girl to like get advice from her about men. Let that sink in for a second, yo. That's why I don't be feeling sorry for him, bro, because homegirl getting rich out of this idiot. You see what I'm saying? So like you could even be mad. She just has all the niggas over here, but the niggas is the one that put in like willingly even giving her their breath for that, bro. Like how many subscribers she got now? Like over 200 maybe.
Let me see.
She gotta be up there, bro.
200, 208.
Jesus Christ. I always say this, bro. Like social media is tailor-made for females. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a female can on Instagram, she can just post her goddamn feed all day. She would literally get 500 followers, like just by posting her feed. You don't even know what her face look like, as long as you know she's female.
She can post her ass and titties too, and not be taken out. But if dirty folks go on there and say train your toddlers, he get blocked.
Oh yeah. How that works? Like, do the female have to reporting, or it will get just blocked naturally?
I think both.
It's both. Like the reason I say toddler now is because if you say woman, you'll get blocked. Like if you say anything like women and then you use another keyword in the same sentence like can't or don't or ugly or whatever, they'll automatically block. The bots are blocked.
Yeah, and that let you know. You said you just confirmed my assumptions at this. I mean, I don't know I was right, but like social media is for female. Like in YouTube, bro. Like this, half of these bros, they be sounding dumb as fuck. But guess what? As long as they look like above a 4, if they look like a 4+ and above, oh yeah, they're gonna get all the subscribers, yo. Yeah, they're gonna win. This shit is for them to win, fam.
Girls are dumb anyway. Look, the smartest girl is a girl that know they dumb. I like crazy chicks that know they crazy. They be like, I'm nuts. I'm like, you are. Because it's so shocking to see the self-realization. I know she's suicidal and I played as such, but the self-realization is because the girl who doesn't say she nuts is the nuttiest girl. So now because their whole job now is to be a professional fight promoter. Right?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
And that was kind of what Zone was talking about. We will celebrate one of the guys' channels, his milestone. And that's what Zone was talking. It was a situation. I was showing people the checklist. Like this is this, and this. As it was going. This, and motherfucker did this, did that, did this, did that. And then she tried to apologize to me, but the apology didn't match the offense. So I want to show guys how to make the apology match the offense. You guys got to quit when she's mad and you know you ain't do nothing wrong, you going to get roses, take her to dinner for her to feel better, even though she was wrong. Y'all got to stop doing that shit. Y'all not penalizing your toddler. You're encouraging, you're rewarding bad behavior.
I was just about to say that. What it do, Pound? What up, Oak?
What's poppin',
What's
Mr.
up,
O?
family?
What up, Mr. O?
Speak your piece, Mr. O.
Yeah, I was just diving in. I seen the material and everything with this Melanie King chick and this Daggle dude. Basically, like there's some things that you don't basically tell a chick. There's two things. He basically said that he a bitch and he got money to trick. I mean, for the whole world to see. For the whole world to see. I mean, now his inbox might be flooded, but it's gonna be with the wrong type of strags.
Yep.
Yeah, but the nigga, but to add a little bit more from what Mr. O said, the nigga he do tricking out of the country. I remember I saw that little clip earlier today. He be going to like Dominican Republic, Colombia, if I ain't mistaken. So it's a whole lot cheaper in those countries.
I think I remember seeing him on like a 10-second clip or something like that.
Yeah, he one of those. I forgot. What's the name of the people that be kind of like
the
they got a name.
passport.
Yeah,
Passport
bro.
Bingo.
Yeah, the passport bro was right before him. That's what I said I did see one dude who said he was gonna leave out the country and not come back, and he came in and tell dudes like, fuck these hoes.
Ramil was basically showing one with another content creator, dating coach. I ain't gonna say his name on your platform, but he was basically trying to curtail when he was called out by these passport bros, and they was basically like, "Man, let's do it, chick for chick. Let's go ahead, basically show me your chick, and we'll show the chicks out here in Brazil and in your city. Let's do it." These dating coaches, they basically getting they whole cars pool, and they can't stand the test of time, bro.
No, but that's Mr. O. That's unfair right there. I know that the unfair word is kind of sketchy. I tell you why, man. Because I wasn't born in America. You know what I mean? I was born in Colombia, but I was raised in Brooklyn, New York, right? So I'm a New Yorker. So I have been in about 8 countries. I have been in 8 countries. It's a whole lot. It's different, and I'll tell you how it's different. When you go to this, I know part of the passport, bro. I've been traveling before I even get into the internet. So I got family in most of this country. That's why I'll be going over there. So when I go to this country, obviously, my number 1 goal is to see my families and stuff like that. Number 2 goal is to party with my people. Number 3 goal is, obviously, be around some bitches. So when you go to any country, if you're an American, females going to come to you automatically. Because your money on those countries stretch a whole lot longer. You see what I'm saying? Like, let's just say for the sake of the argument, Mr. O, you are making, I don't know what's the minimum nowadays. What's it like $15? I think it is $12, something like that. Let's just say $10. Fuck it. You make $10.
Minimum wage, or you talking about minimum wage or minimum salary?
Minimum wage. Like, let's just say you make $10. Let's just base it on $10. Your $10 over here is stretched so damn long over there, it's not even funny.
Right.
So what that means? That means you look good in front of a lot of people that don't got shit. So obviously, some of them girls might like you genuinely. If you that nigga, obviously getting girl. If you that nigga, bro, getting girls is not a problem. That's not gonna impress me because you already been around girls since high school. There, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So what this guy was telling the other guy, I'm a match chick for chick. That's kind of unfair because, first of all, a lot of these people don't know. A lot of them girls over there, they preying on you. Don't get me wrong, but they're smart about it. They're gonna do it with being submissive, being nice, and on top of that, they look good. That you fuck your head up. That's what I'm saying. If you know what you're doing, that none of that shit's gonna face me.
You know what, Poppy? Let me co-sign what you just said, but I want to say it in a different way. A woman acting like a woman. That's all they're doing. Women acting like
exactly.
I don't. That comes from training your toddlers. If you train your toddlers here, they will act the same way.
Yep.
The problem, I do have a problem with passport bros because I think it's cowardly, but I don't have a problem with a person going.
But let's be real, bro. Let's be real. Have you seen the chicks in our country versus outside of the country, bro?
Yesterday.
I mean, two different things.
Yesterday. Mr. O, this is my life.
And I'm not trying to be vain, but the aesthetics of a Afro Latina or regular light Latina is better than the so-called American B dub, no matter she chocolate or light skin. I'm just saying, bro. When you want to tribe up, don't you want your secretaries to be the top pristine representation of the brand? That means they have to look good. Would you want a American black woman that's over 200 some pounds? Yeah, we're gonna make them rock their natural hair. They gotta tribe up, but they gotta rock their natural hair, but they still gotta lose the fucking weight. Versus,
here's the thing. Yesterday I was shopping. I was gonna wear a new shirt today, but I'm wearing a shirt I wore yesterday because I'm trapping since I'm dirty, folks. Fuck them bitches. Now check this out. I bought this shirt yesterday because I thought it was cool. Because it's teddy bear folks. So probably wear it tomorrow. I got to get a hat to go with it. You know how I get out. So while we're going shopping, we waiting to pay. We for Mr. O. I know he in Chicago. We on 47th and Ashland. So you know that's a
your favorite spot. Oh, why you keep going back there?
Hold on. No, I didn't go to the Swap-A-Rama this time. I went to the stores. I was at the store. So
Okay.
So, and I was with my mans. My guy was going to get a fit because his birthday tomorrow. His birthday the 13th. So whatever day that is. So, oh, his birthday 11th. His birthday tomorrow. Oh shit. Anyway, so he going to get a birthday outfit. I say I'm gonna go grab a shirt. You know what I'm saying? And a little fit for his birthday. We all gonna go to the casino bowl because he likes to gamble. Right? It's his day. Fuck it. Right? Anyway, so while we there, you got to pay for parking at these parking meters. And there's these two cute girls at the parking meters. One of them got a baby. The other one ain't got no baby, but they fit. they you know, cute, which caught my attention because it's Chicago, and I thought about Mr. O, like, yo, both of them got collarbones, but one of them got a baby. I look at their face, both of them, the one with the baby couldn't have been more than 16, and the other girl was 15. I said, well, damn. And I noticed that the whole day, like, yo, these some big young girls, but they got nice bodies. And then every girl over 20 was big as shit. Big as shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't remember this. Like, y'all, bro, when I say, bro, I'm 5'10", 240. I'm big as shit. They bigger than me. I'm looking like I can't battle this linebacker bitch.
Hey, let me say something right quick. To that. So I was, not to get too far off the subject, but I was watching the 5150 show last night, and Corey Holcomb, he had
man, shout out to Corey Holcomb. Go ahead.
Tiffany Haddish. He had Tiffany
Yeah,
Haddish on there.
I saw a piece of that.
And she was towards the end of the show, like, he was asking her what kind of business ventures she had going on. And she said that one of the things she got going on is that she's in the stages of developing a clothing line for women. And so she said that when it came time for her to create a line for like medium-sized women, they said the sizes that you're making are too small. The average medium size of American women is size 16. You need to be making size 16 clothing because what you're making below that is too small.
Wait, you said size 16 is considered meat? What the fuck?
Wait, time out. Like and sub as y'all come in, man. We got 32 people in here, man. We should have at least 30 likes, man. Like and sub as y'all come in. All right, go ahead, Mr. All right, here's my thing. I want to show y'all something. And this is mostly for Zone and KDH because they was there last night. I'm not gonna play it back because I told World Class I wasn't, and I keep my word. But I was looking at the chat yesterday because Tola and Zone was on some bullshit in the chat.
Tola is a fool.
Nah, leave that on Tola. Tola's the chat king. He was on the BS. I was just doing what I do. But Tola is a whole.
He can't be undefeated. He can't
animal.
be defeated.
He's a whole different animal.
That's what I said. Tola's a fool. Tola's a straight fool.
Tola was on bullshit. But I wasn't, because even when I clicked this, I saw a lot of comments from Tola I didn't even see last night. Matriarchy was the one getting on my fucking nerves. Let me show y'all something. So this is in the chat. Y'all can't see it. I'm not gonna show the show because I said I wasn't. But these bitches is dumb. Girls are dumb. Hold on.
Whose channel is this, bro?
World class.
Okay.
Oh, now they're gonna show it to me. What type of a person is this?
It was just there.
It was just there, exactly. Oh man. It was just there.
There we go.
Let's see if I can make it bigger. And it still stays. So first of all,
Oh my god.
look at the goofy shit this bitch is saying the whole rip. Like cause y'all can't tell, but I could tell because your name light up when when they tag you, right?
Right.
So it's just getting my attention the whole time. I'm trying to see the comments you made right before that.
Oh, I know who that is.
Poppy,
She
you
be
know
on.
who you know who
She be on the what homeboy channel be
They said she
Big
went on her
Mike channel.
channels.
She
Yeah,
be
it
on
says she
Big
go on her
Mike
channel
channel
do
for
that.
sure.
Look, first of all, you should be on Big Mike channel. First of all, your name is Matriarch, so I already think Matriarchy is slavery. So I already know I ain't gonna listen to nothing and reply to nothing. She's saying shit like dirty folks. It's what you said in reference to black women. I said nothing about black women. Nothing. You
She
know
was
what I'm
on her
saying?
15 minutes. That's what it is.
But this is what that goofy bitch Jay Lynn arguing about, trying to defend all black women. And I saw when she uncam, she ugly as shit. Anyway,
Yo, hold on, Daddy. For do you even went to her channel?
no, I'm at Noble channel.
No. I'm talking about if you go check her channel out. She's like a grandmother doing twerking videos, bro.
who
Homegirl.
Matriarch.
Yes. Yes. Go check it out.
No
Matriarch.
shit. No shit. Damn.
I'm not.
Matriarch
Yeah.
is doing twerking videos.
Yo,
How
listen.
old?
I
How old
remember
is this drag?
I got into it with her like 2 months ago on Big Mike channel because she started talking shit, this bullshit, this black woman this and Queens and all this
Oh,
bullshit, right? So as a matter of fact, what's his name? Work Class was there, so he was like, yo, go check out her channel. I went there. This girl got like 2-3 little short videos, her dancing and twerking, fam. I'm like, yo, you like 75 years old. What are you doing?
Toddles gonna toddle no matter what age, no matter if they're 8 to 80, they gonna fucking toddle.
Yo, this host is crazy, bro.
Well, like you said, probably it's geared towards mostly women on these social media platforms. That's what's gonna gain most attention.
you know if Poppy get into it with somebody, it's bad.
Hey, I made a video last week, bro, on my channel about the fact. I don't know if y'all noticed the little the fat bitch party in Houston, like a pool party joint. I lost like 15 subscribers, yo.
Oh, damn.
Who was roasting them too bad?
Hold on. What Tola at? Tola, you an asshole, bro. Tola's in the chat going crazy, bro.
He was going ham.
But the crazy
Tola was drinking. That's what it was.
Tola was defending the tribe and trying to get some pussy at the same time. That's what made it funny.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Yeah, Tola was on another one. He was definitely on one last night.
Yeah, big goofy bitch talking about I'm getting, you know what I'm saying, that I offended her. And Tola like, nah, she got offensive. He got defensive. He's like, okay, taking no prisoners. He taking slaves. But that's absolutely true. Because here's the thing, guys. I need y'all to understand, man, that I really don't want to play it, but I told World Class I wouldn't. Maybe I
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I told my work, and I do it with him, but I ain't gonna do it. But here's the thing. And what girls do is they come into men's spaces in real life and online, and then they try to offend other men to get the man of the house to defend her. It's all a shit show. It's all a power play. That would work if these goofy bitches were feminine.
Right.
I had a play sister. Shout out to her. We had a hibachi grill one time discussing why I beat bitches, right? And she co-signed me. She was like, yeah, whoop that trick. Get her, whoop that trick, right? And she said the realest shit. She said, black women try to match a man's aggression, and they can't. She said, there's no way that a man is mad and you should be mad, and you think that you're going to walk out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to win that confrontation. She says, as a woman, when you see a man that's upset, you're supposed to do what puppies do. You roll over, lay on your back, and show your soft underbelly, because nobody beats a puppy on his back. I said, that's real shit. And that's what feminism is. Feminism ain't you better. Feminism, baby, do you think we could? And putting that seed in his mind, right? It's what toddlers are supposed to do. Your real toddlers do that. Daddy, can I please? Daddy. They make puppy dog faces. They call it the puppy dog face. Make puppy dog faces. They climb in your lap. They kiss you on the cheek for no reason. Daddy, I love you, Daddy. Daddy, can we please? That is how you manipulate a man. You do not match energy with a man, and you sure don't offend a man and think you're going to win that interaction.
Right.
Bro, you are so correct, bro. And I've been saying like similar to that, like this, everything is there set up for them to win, bro. But they're just so stuck on their way that they think that they're gonna do it their way. Like I remember I said something similar in my channel. I was like, yo, all the female have to do is massage the man's ego. That's the way that I say it. If you massage the man's ego, bro, niggas will give it up. You see what I'm saying? The niggas already killing the and putting their life on, literally putting their life on the line over some bros that they never fuck or nothing.
Simple.
All the female have to do is just call you, hey baby, I got a problem with this guy, man. Can you go handle it? Niggas will be there in 5 minutes. Literally.
Yeah, I just want to say, Dirty, last night, I already respect you as a content creator, but you stood on your square last night. You didn't hold back. I appreciate that because you was getting disrespected and that shit wasn't cool. I just want to say that. And I like how you handled that because I know you was trying to keep cool and everything. You try to keep calm, but she just kept poking at you. She kept poking the bear, but
yeah, I agree. I ain't want to go too much into that today, but I gotta say
we can talk about it. I'm just not gonna show it. We can talk about
it. Yeah. I just wanted to talk about that. That's why I came on here because I know you say you couldn't talk long, but I did the replay back earlier, and I was like, man, Dirty was getting done. He was getting done, Dirty. Shit, I see why he went off the way he did. Shit, could have been worse, a lot worse. If that was his channel, that shit would have went way left. He was trying to be cool because if you notice, he paused a lot. Dirty had paused because he was trying to keep cool. But she kept bringing that shit up. And I said, man, you fucking with this dude right now. You fucking with him.
I'm gonna just keep it 100 too. Like my biggest thing, like, cause I'm my personality, like, is very mellow, right? But I'm gonna keep it 100. What I really loved is I love the rugged aggressiveness. Because a lot of if it was anybody else, they probably would have been gave in, a slide in my DM later, let's make up and kiss. But I really, like I said earlier, the performance that happened last night on that live via Dirty Folks is a master class because that's what a lot of men, that's what we need. We need more of that. Like how many conversations we had in these spaces where we talk about how the boomers made it possible for these women to act like they act now. And what we saw last night was a representation of how now I'm not saying maybe handle it, but what I'm saying is like that my foot is on your neck and it's not coming off until you apologize appropriately and correctly. or just don't talk to me. Because basically, Shorty would have been straight if she ain't talked to him, but she kept just going in and poking the bear and not understanding this is a battle that you're not winning. Because the energy, you're not gonna get past that energy. Like when it's keep the same energy, it's keep the same energy. I told you to apologize, and I told you how to apologize, and you need to apologize or shut the fuck up. Apologize the way that I told you, or shut the fuck up.
This is what I mean, guys, when I say I hate these bitches righteously. It's not all women. It's all women until otherwise. Everybody opts until they not. It's not, I'm looking for the...
That's the greatest thing you ever said in your entire life, boy.
What he speaks on his channel, he showed it last night. He wasn't just talking about it, he was about it. That's what he was about.
Facts.
That's what I liked about it last night. You got some guys, they just talk shit. Oh man, women come me, I'll do this, and they'll simp whatever. Dirty do none of that shit. He did exactly what he said he gonna do with anybody, no matter what the situation was.
Man, can you imagine spending your life? Everywhere I've been is murderers, right? Except South Dakota. Shout out to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. But think about everywhere else I've been. Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta. And when I first moved to Atlanta, I moved to Riverdale. Then LA, Boston. And if y'all know about the racial tensions in Boston, they get it in.
Man, I heard about Boston. Man, they rival our racism and Indiana's.
So everywhere I go, it's you have to protect yourself from everybody by either avoiding a situation or being ready when it comes, because your job is to make it home, right? Imagine me spending my life in constant, I don't want to say war mode, but just prepared for war. Because you have to be. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You have to be a defensive driver so you don't be one of the 7 that get killed by a goofy bitch arguing with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, hey, Dirty. Yo, speaking of that, did you see the bitch in LA that caused that 6-person fatality by the bro?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm referring to.
Bro.
So you go through your life all like this just to lose it all over a girl? You can't beat a girl. You the hardest nigga on the block. You could be all the men. You could fight white supremacy. You could do all this goofy shit y'all imagine, but you can't beat a girl. What type of man are you? You can't beat a girl at anything. The 144th best male swimmer took blockers and became the #1 woman swimmer. There is no time in life you shouldn't be able to beat a girl. The fact that y'all get these goofy bitches so many wins, so they so confident and feel so comfortable to disrespect you.
I need my bitches insecure. I'm sorry, I don't know about y'all, but I need my bitches insecure.
I don't give a fuck she's secure or insecure. I need her to follow instructions and respect it.
That too. That's the only way she gonna follow instructions when she insecure.
You can be as secure as you want to be. Michael Jordan was secure, but he still ran the triangle. I don't give a fuck about your emotional disposition. Follow instructions and respect. If these motherfuckers are so comfortable with disrespect that y'all want passports instead of training your toddlers, you can't demand and command your respect. That is my issue. My issue ain't about sex. Girls
all
think.
Right. Can I give you a caveat? I get the ones from overseas to be permanent secretaries, and I use the ones here as temps. The ones as temps got to prove themselves to elevate themselves to the secretary level, but they got to put in twice as much work because they fucked up.
It's a secretary training course, bro. My thing is, and here's the thing, because motherfuckers that think that I don't like girls, period. I'm cool with a lot of girls. I just talked about my play sister. You know how cool we got to be for her to be my play sister?
We like girls. We just love pussy.
I don't see how they could actually get to that conclusion though.
Because look, you're not kissing their proverbial big old derriere asses. You're not stroking that overinflated ego, and you're not basically doing a grandiose stepping and fetching it just to dance to entertain them. That's why they hate you.
Actually, they just want to fuck me. Y'all said that in the chat. When I saw it in the chat, I was like, yeah, she want to fuck me.
That too.
Here's the thing. Women, I tell you this on my channel all the time, and I'm gonna say it again for the people who saw the interaction last night. Y'all know what I said is true. I showed it to you in real life. Anything good about you, they think is an entitlement. Everything great about you, they think there's something wrong with you, and everything that's excellent about you, they demonize. To be black, you can't be a man because everything great about you will be seen as bad, right? The shit that she was calling me was bananas to me. Yeah, they call you dirty because you dirty, nigga. You call yourself dirty. Bitch, I sell soap.
Don't clip that. Don't clip that.
Oh, yeah, I gotta find that.
You dumb. You illiterate. Bitch, I got 11 books, 2 bestsellers, nigga. A motherfucking Printers Row Award and a LA Book Fair Award. Or LA Times.
So the
funky though.
The matriarch girl was calling you all these names?
Nah, it was Breezy.
I don't know what that is. She was on the back.
I ain't gonna lie though, for the longest time though, Dirty Folk, I thought it wasn't until you said it on Mr. Palmer stream, like later on after I started watching you, that I found out that you sold soap. Cause at first I thought, I'm like, okay, this just must be like some street shit. I'm like, this must be some street shit. Like this was like my first, new introductions.
It is some street shit.
But when you said you sold soap though, like I was like, that's some genius ass shit though. You know what I'm saying, for your business.
I don't think y'all ever really listened to the theme song. Listen to the theme song, y'all. Listen to it.
Yeah, no shit. No shit.
No shit.
Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. No shit soap. No shit soap.
Yep. Yep, no shit. So yep.
But that was before I even heard that commercial though. Way before. When I found out you sold soap.
What happened was in Chicago, when gangs first started, all the light-skinned pretty niggas was vice lords. And all the dirty niggas was GD. So when I was in high school way back in 1990 something, I was dating this girl from Chicago Vocational. And she was like, yeah, CVS. And she was like, yo, you GD? I said, yeah. Are you dirty folks? I was like, shorty, ain't none of us dirty. She was like, all folks is dirty. Folks is dirty, and the vice lords is clean. So she came to see me one day, and bro, this is like, it was an error. So everybody had the fucking denim jacket, the denim outfits with the suede on the front of the jeans and the suede on the shirt.
I have one too, the FUBU one and the Carcanal one.
Yeah, we was rocking Carcanal, Cornici. We was Dougie, and she was like, y'all the cleanest dirty folks I ever seen, right? But it was this thing to call any one of the folks dirty was like a white person calling you a nigger. It was that deep.
Yep.
So they'd be like, man, dirty folks do a fight over that, like you just said, your mama fat or your mama. That's how deep it goes. So I talk to the guys. I say, man, I'm gonna be my own brand ambassador, bro, and I'm gonna call myself dirty folks. And it's like, yo, folks, them they ain't gonna like that. I said, no, Jim, I'm gonna make it funny though. It's gonna be funny skits. It was like, we'll have to see. So I went and got the jingle made, and then we started doing these funny little clips of me being dirty and then using soap. You know what I'm saying? And they was laughing. They was like, none of the guys called me dirty folks. They be like, what up, dirty folks? And they be laughing and shit like, yo, you pulled it off. Dirty folks is a cultural thing, but if you're not from Chicago, you just figure, yo, this dude dirty and he sells soap. So it's still get material.
Yep. It's a double entendre.
It's a double entendre. Yep. So her trying to insult me, calling me dirty, meant nothing to me. Her trying to call me illiterate and stupid and the dumbest person, I'm like, wow. Because girls have no comprehension skills. So if it's too smart, they think it's dumb, right?
Yep.
They have to have dumb concepts, and they have to have a belief system that makes no sense, like pineal glands, right? These are the things they gravitate toward because it makes them feel like they're important. My job is not to make a woman feel important. Her job is to become important.
Yep.
Everybody's replaceable until they're irreplaceable.
Facts.
There's a reason that we call the course marry your secretary, because dudes leave their wives to marry their secretaries.
Yep.
Every day.
Yeah, you played that clip waiting to exhale the other time.
Yeah, the waiting to exhale clip.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes leave their wives to marry their secretaries, bro. Every day. What is the secretary doing that the wife isn't doing?
Exactly.
The simple answer is she's doing duty. Duty is a man's love language.
Mm-hmm.
The problem I have with guys asking women for dating advice, and it's not on the woman, it's on the guy, is that women don't believe in duty. Women believe in external things to bring internal peace. That's why when bitches say, I'm living my truth, that means it's some external that captured her mind. I know my worth. She went shopping. Guaranteed you. When the bitch says she know her worth, she spent some money. When a chick says, I'm doing me, she doing dicks. It has nothing to do with you at all.
Right. Keywords.
Yeah, 100.
When she said she doing her, man, that I automatically know what that means, nigga. She fucking
doing dicks. That's what they
She-
when they doing them, they doing
Okay.
dicks.
Yeah, she fucking out here like a motherfucker. Nigga, I'm doing me. Yeah, I know what you're doing, baby.
Somebody doing you.
You're doing dicks, bitch.
You can't even do you without a man, bitch. A man got to do you for you to say you do.
Yo, my whole strategy, bro, is just like whatever they tell you, nigga, believe the opposite.
Hey, I'm with you. My strategy in life is if 2 or more black women agree, do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I told y'all, and I know a lot of y'all not religious, but the thing is, every day that I wake up, I picture this chick trying to give me the damn apple, and I'm not Adam. I would keep on like, man, I'll smack that shit out of their hand, tell them what the program is, bro.
So is it safe to say that Adam was the first simp in the world?
Yes.
He was the first son. That's
Mhm.
definitely true. He was the first son.
You heard TD Jakes say it the other day in his clip that got his church half empty right now.
He said about women no following men's leadership, something like that. That went viral, right?
He said Adam is the reason society fell, men fell.
Yep. And the only one out of all the prophets that I felt sorry for because God made him wife up a 304 was Jose. That's it. That's all.
You know what's strange about that? And I don't really talk theology, even though I'm a minister, but I'm not a minister of Christianity. So anyway, you know what's odd about that? The Bible is a diary of Adam's family. That's all it is. It's Adam's family tree.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of indicators that there were other families around besides Adam. For instance, if Adam
people
was
of Earth.
Huh?
The people of Earth.
Right. And the people of Ur, the people of Kemet, of Cush. Because after after Cain killed Abel, Cain broke out of town. Cain fled. He had a Fed case. And he moved down to Atlanta and knocked up a bunch of bitches. Where the bitches come from? It was already there, right?
Yeah.
Christianity comes from Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism just means one God. But in Zoroastrianism, there were 12 angels. It's a lot of 7s and 12s. But no, 7 angels. It's a lot of 7s and 12s. But Christianity only uses 3. There's a lot of 7s and 12s. But so numerology, I respect numerologists. Numerology has meaning. But with all that being said, Adam was the simp who told the story, while everybody else got died off, killed off, whatever the case may be. It's no different than a couple of Irish people in America right now that have a family crest that could tell you about the last 10 generations that came from Ireland. They was just telling a story. And I don't have no problem with them telling a story. Adam was a simp.
Yes.
Adam was a simp. And because Adam was a simp, that wasn't.
He doomed us. He fucked us up.
No. That's the original sin of people that believe in that doctrine. That's the original sin of people that believe in that doctrine. If you believe in Hinduism, you don't believe the Adam story. If you believe in Buddhism, you don't believe the Adam story. If you believe in the Akdas, you don't follow the Adam story, because everybody has their own story on how things began. Right?
Right.
But in every story, because all your story is going to start from where you start from, right?
Yep.
But in every story, it's either a simp involved or it's a dude that get killed by a simp enforcer. In every story.
You know what I just thought about? Like, I just thought about the Addams family. Like you just said, like it's a story about Addams family. So that just hit me that it's a whole cartoon and a whole show called the Addams family. And then in the show, as well as the cartoon, what is Adam doing? Oh, we got to do this before Morticia. We got to do this before Morticia catches us, or Morticia.
Oh, damn.
Yo,
damn.
That shit is so crazy. How they've been trying to how the shit is just like so out there in front of us, and we just thinking that it's like comical or theatrical, but it's really some meaning behind the shit.
Well, they do that to fool with your mind. That's why they do that. They want you to think it's comical, but it's really an insult. Like you just said,
right?
It's all for entertainment.
You know who else does that? Hanna and Barbera. They're great at that.
Oh, you talking about Flintstones and Jetsons?
Thank you.
Yep, that is it. I didn't realize that at first. You're right.
The both shows start off when Fred Flintstone comes home, she snatches his wallet and goes shopping with Betty.
Yep.
First, they show Fred getting home from work, yabba dabba doo, slide down the dinosaur off work, hop in his car, get to the crib, his wife snatches his wallet, go shopping. That's the first scene. The show ain't even started yet.
The same way in the Jetsons too.
Same way in the Jetsons. He dropping everybody off at school. His wife ain't even working. What the fuck she in the car for? He give her $10.
She a car booty.
And take off. Like, damn, I ain't got no money for lunch. Like, they're programming you like, yo. And what was Wilma and Betty's favorite? Charge it. So they trying to introduce you to credit cards at the same time, because credit cards was a new invention back then. Like cryptos for our time, credit cards is for their time. You feel what I'm saying?
See, this is why I liked Al Bundy with
Married with Children. Nothing on the time,
He was the real alpha. Al Bundy didn't give a shit. He did what he had to do. That's why I like Al Bundy with Married Children. I used to like when I was a kid. I liked him more as I got older, because he wasn't going for no bullshit.
Al went for a lot of bullshit, but Al was a faithful man. Al loved his wife, even though he realized his wife fucked up his life.
Because it was sheeper to keeper. That was his Achilles heel.
But he wasn't like the other dads on TV.
No,
he did go for a lot of BS, but he did go for bullshit, but not as much as those other dads on TV did.
No, he didn't.
That's why he had that.
I agree with you. Al still, he was trying to hold on to the little bit of masculinity he had left.
Masculine frame. He's trying to hold masculine frame.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Because he was as irritated as I am, but by the time he got irritated, he had a wife and 2 kids.
Right.
They got on his nerves. All the got on his nerves. And the neighbor got on his nerves. Marcy Darcy, she got on his nerves. All of it. Bro, it was funny though, but he did try to compose himself. He didn't emasculate himself fully like the other shows did.
Oh, he didn't emasculate himself at all. He was just.
He wasn't. Yeah, a lot of these shows that may be damn near emasculated, like Bill Cosby on the Cosby Show. He was emasculated pretty much.
Like
he was emasculated on that show. Yeah.
Roseanne, motherfucking Family Matters, the Parenthood.
Yeah, all them dads on there was late civil rights generation and boomers, man. That's who set us up for this so-called like, yo, how come you don't do like the dudes back in the day did?
That is so crazy. All these, man, you could really do a whole show. Well, it would take multiple shows to like really go back and look at all those concepts, you know what I'm saying, and break them down. That would be dope. Because
Yo, the last masculine father that was on TV was James Evans. But the thing is, the caveat to that, they made him a uneducated, basically a brute. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't control his anger, and you know what I'm saying, he could never get right. But everything else, he had masculine frame, moral principles, and he got his children to do better in life.
Until they killed him off. They
Here's the
killed him
thing.
off too.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I never felt that way about James Evans. I know he's the colored's hero, but I always thought James was a horrible person. I'll tell you why. You know who James Evans reminds me of? He reminds me of the stories when you listen to Shannon Sharp talk about his grandparents. That's who James Evans reminds me of. He reminds
Hey
me
man,
of,
don't be talking about. I told you about my cousin, bro.
he reminds me of the man who don't know what the fuck going on in his house. And then the wife says, beat that kid, and he just beat him. Don't even know why he doing it. That is simping force of shit.
Oh man.
That's true. That is true. It runs in my family.
oh, my son ain't shit. Y'all got to go back and watch that. What was that? Was that yesterday's live stream? We was talking about the boomers was the first generation to be like, my sons ain't shit.
Sons ain't shit. That was a couple of days ago.
No, actually, it was a civil rights generation. Oh,
but they sons really wasn't shit. Them boomers wasn't shit.
Yeah,
exactly.
the way that he said it though, like that was priceless. I gotta find that clip.
The
man.
boomers deflected their failures onto the Gen X and millennial sons, so they won't catch the hell and headed they getting now. They getting this work. Fuck them.
Well,
And the civil rights generation niggas too. I'm throwing them all under the bus. All them old niggas, I'm giving them this work. You get this double ARP ass whooping every day.
the problem with the
Mama back.
it's goddamn toddlers. Look, the problem I have with James Evans is what I said it was. James Evans, it's not that he wasn't educated. I didn't have a problem with that. Right? I had a problem that he was a simp. And I know y'all don't think he is simp because he's loud. Do not mistake loud for masculine.
Why? Because he stuck his dick in the chick like Florida Evans.
Okay, that's part of it. That's strike one. But then think about all the times that James could have been great and he listened to his wife so they could be failures because women only want to be second worst. The time he found 30,000 in the duffel bag. You know how much 30,000 was in 1970s?
A grip.
A grip.
I gotta be like, hey, 150,000 if you in today's day, probably.
Just type it in Google, do the cost ratio of then and now.
I'll do that. But it's probably like $150 though. But
it should be around 120, 150. Depending on the state too, of course.
About 120, 150. That's what I'm thinking. But let's see.
Because in the words of Booker T, since the 70s, inflation has hit 5 times. Yeah,
that's what I did. That's what I did the math in my head for the 5 times.
Let's say 1978, right? Talking $30,000 in today's money. 136,000. Yeah.
Hold on, what website is that, bro? I didn't even know that.
So you said 30 grand is equivalent to 133. Man, look.
So that's how much James could have changed his, and that's in a time where you could buy a house for 18,000.
I was gonna say less than that.
And
nigga, you forgot about redlining.
Redlining was over in 1978. Remember, they was doing integration.
What website was there, Dirty Folks?
USinflationcalculator.com.
Okay, thank you.
So you talking? It was no redlining because people were integrating in the 1970s. There was no Fed case for spending more than $10,000 because that came from drug dealing in the 1988. So he could have cashed out a house for his family with that money. And he gave it to the police because his wife handpicked.
Man, listen.
See, I didn't watch that. That was before my time. I didn't watch that show that much. I don't know much about that, but that's messed up. That's true though.
What I know is all I know is black people, and I know black is for women, gays, and felons. But like when I think about my grandparents, because I feel like that's when they had a lot of their success was in the 70s and the 80s and shit like that. If you was black in the 70s and 80s and you didn't come up, something was wrong with you. Because my grandparents, they was living in the 70s. And I'm not talking about partying. I'm talking about getting, you know what I'm saying, get to the bag, like really setting their kids and grandkids up in the 70s and 80s.
Solar brought us some. He said, "Salute Fred Sanford." Salute Fred, yo. Fred was a stand-up dude, bro. He had his own little small business. He wouldn't sell out. He was raising the son. His son was simping. He was trying to keep his son in check. Like, yo, hold on. You know what I'm saying? He roasting bitches he was an everybody hater. He hated the Mexicans. He hated the fucking uppity, but not civil rights. Well, they were the civil rights dudes, but that wasn't what they was called then. All the jazzy dudes like Rollo hated them motherfuckers. Like, yo, this nigga's a setup nigga. Hated his sister-in-law like this goofy bitch. Like Fred hated everybody righteously. There was no malice here. It was pure hate. I feel that way. It's pure hate. I like who I like. And Fred
It's a good hate. That's that good hate.
Fred had friends for 50 years. Think about that. Fred's friends knew him since he was a kid. So Fred had to be good peoples. Fred kept long-lasting relationships with people. Real relationships, not romance. Y'all, when y'all hear relationship, y'all think, oh, you gotta get a girl. Like real relationships with real people, with Grady and with, you know what I'm saying? And no matter how bad they was fucking up, he still maintained them bonds. Like Fred was probably the best example of a man in the 1970s. To be honest with you, I think James Evans is way overrated. Y'all just like y'all say y'all need a James Evans to beat their kids. The reason that people like James Evans is because he was a child abuser. That's a weird reason to like a character.
I'm gonna name my son Grady. If I have a son, I'm gonna name my son Grady. Grumpy
Now,
Grady.
what about the Jeffersons? How was George Jefferson? What do you consider him?
George's biggest flaw was he was a son husband.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Minus the son husband part, George stayed on his square.
Yeah, because he on cleaners and shit, right?
Yeah, he was a self-made
on
man.
cleaners, yeah.
He came on the scene. His show was a spinoff of All in the Family. He came on the scene cussing out racists. In they house. That's some bullshit. In the 60s?
They say, yeah, because he used to say nigga on TV, I believe. He used to say nigga on live TV.
He would call hunkies. He was snapping them.
While we're on that subject, and you know that I'm not trying to make fun of dude, but Dirty, what do you think about somebody like Sherman Helmsley? That was his name, right? Sherman Helmsley.
Yeah, Sherman Helmsley, yeah.
What do you think about somebody like him that was able to play that part and be a rainbow?
I think that's
what
awesome.
like.
See, I didn't even know that he was a rainbow till he passed.
Say what?
Right before he passed.
Yeah, he was
I
a
didn't know
rainbow.
that first. I didn't know that at first.
He was in another show where he played the lawyer for some. Damn, what was the name of that? It was a movie. It was a funny ass comedy too. And he ended up, when they called him, he was supposed to be this macho man. And when they called him in a jacuzzi with 3 white boys. It was hilarious. Damn, what was the name of that movie? I'm gonna look it up.
What do you think that's because like I learned about that after he had passed away as well. And then I'm seeing same thing with Uncle Phil, right? They saying that he was
I heard he was like that too. Yeah.
My thing with that is like you know, because people try to say you know, talk about men being rainbows and stuff like that, but I feel like you, Dirty. I feel like that was awesome because I feel like at the end of the day, like they're coming from like a masculine
Screw
point of.
I'm sorry.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
you get what I'm saying?
I mean, the movie was Screw with it was an all-star cast, bro. Dave Chappelle, Michael McDonald, Danny DeVito. It was the movie Screwed, and he acted as a straight lawyer that ended up being gay at the end in that
I
movie.
think I remember seeing that part.
It was
I
hilarious.
never saw that
I
movie.
heard about it, but I never seen it.
I never saw the movie. I know what the movie is. I never saw it.
That's fine.
Man, shout out to Dave Chappelle being all the indie movies that's basically cult classics now.
That's facts. Yeah, that was. This is how I feel about it, sir. I don't have a problem with gay men, because women can't.
I
be
do to a degree, but go ahead.
I don't, not at all. Because
I don't
gay
give a
men.
fuck.
First of all, women can't be gay. They just spit on each other. I don't give a fuck if you spit on people. That's rude. But if you're gonna be rude, go ahead. Right? I don't have a problem with gay men. I have a problem with effeminate men. The things that I understand about gay and gay and sexual preference, right? Any type of sexual preference, because you want to be with a black woman is a fetish. It's a fetish. It's not a racial thing. It's a fetish.
I had to agree with you. I thought you was crazy for saying that, but I had to reassess it. And you absolutely right, Oak.
I know you were just programmed by your grandmama. Don't date with them white girls. If somebody has to tell you not to date a particular type of person, they're trying to craft you for a fetish. Because black women, no matter how much they love you, they still want to survive as black women. So they still trying to figure out a way to keep you away from non-black women. But they're not trying to correct the behavior in black women to make them more appealing. Right?
Right.
So you're being crafted for a fetish. But that's fine, right? Sucking dick is a fetish. Not only is sucking dick a fetish, sucking dick is a commitment. You can
explain.
Girls can spit on each other all day. Take a shower. Once you gag on a nigga, bro, I stopped smoking cigars because the nigga gave me a cigar too big and my jaws opened up and I was like, oh hell.
This nigga, yeah.
How does it feel?
How does it feel?
It's a $12 hand wrap cigar. I'm like, take this motherfucker back, man. When I felt my jaw pop, I was like, the fuck is that?
Nigga.
Oh, God.
Keep them sitting nice cigars, nigga. Anyway, to suck a dick is it's a commitment. It's a commitment. You understand that, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to understand it.
Nah, bro, you gotta understand. She look. First of all, and I hope y'all dudes make her get on her knees. She gotta get on her knees. What's the vice versa of that? You basically get on your knees to propose a lifetime. At least she should get on her knees and bless you and let you put a dick in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Two, she gotta look up to you while she's doing it. So yeah, that's a commitment.
That's the one right there.
You know what?
That's the one.
I give y'all all that, but I'm just talking from a man experience. What pause? I ain't had the experience. I had the cigars, but but I'm saying as a man, you commit to the bit, right? So that means repetitively getting the back of your throat. Have you ever like a straw, anything hit the back of your throat? So not only is your jaws popping, but something hitting your fucking larynx. And instead of going through your natural get that out of my mouth, like your body naturally coughs, you create a gag reflex so you can look, bro. That is a commitment to your craft that I don't have. I don't have that type of dedication.
I have to. You know what? A scenario just came to mind. I kind of feel what you're saying. So when I was probably about, but somewhere between 7 and 9. We was in me, my brother, and my sister. We was in a Payless shoe store with my mom, and I was sucking on a lollipop. You know what I'm saying? Probably a little bit, doing a little bit more with the lollipop than I should have, like trying to bite the shit off while it's still full size. Pause. And I messed around and bit it, and goddamn the whole shit like slid down in my throat, but it got stuck. And it wasn't sliding down, so I couldn't breathe. So I was sitting there like, and my mom was like, "Oh my God!" And she came over there and beat the shit out of me, bah, 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 in the back. You know what I'm saying? Because she ain't really know how to do you know what I'm saying, like the thing where you got to hit them to make it go down or whatever. Yeah, she came over there and just like did the street fight on my back, and you know what I'm saying? That shit slid on down. So I kind of understand a little bit what you're saying, I kind of understand a little bit. Cause that was a traumatizing experience. So for a chick to voluntarily commit to that, I kind of get what you're saying.
You know what, guys? I'm gonna leave the chat. I got some stuff to do. It was good being on here, though. Salute
All
to
right,
all you.
KDH.
All right, salute to Derry folks, U2 Zone and Poppy, and
Respect, my guy.
Yep.
I'll see you on the next show because I know it's gonna be court or another class or
yeah
today.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, I know Goodbread One's channel got shut down. He said last night. He got his backup channel though. Yeah, he said that in the chat last night on the World Class channel.
That's crazy. Out of all the channels, why you get Mr. Goodbread?
That's somebody must have reported him. Somebody must report him, or it's a bot that detected something. That's one thing to think of.
Mr. Goodbread channels, I mean, compared to other channels, his channel is actually kind of light.
Very light. That's why I was surprised too. But I'm gonna catch you guys up on that though.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
All right, take it easy. You too. All right, man.
Man, what happened? We got lost KDH. Anyway, all I'm saying is this, man. My bad, though. I had to get my coffee.
Oh, you good?
Goofy ass bitch. Talking about some odd nigga drinking coffee. Anyway, I hate bitches so much. Men are awesome, but girls are dumb.
Coffee is good for you. I love coffee. Shit.
Yeah, it helps the digestion.
Yeah.
The Sermon Hemsley thing and the Uncle Phil thing. You sucking a weenie is a you decision.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said about the lollipop, did you?
The lollipop. Yeah, I heard the beginning of the story. I ain't hear the end.
Oh, okay. No, I was just saying, like, I can kind of understand now what you were saying, because you know what I'm saying. My mom, she didn't know how to do the compressions, the chest compressions, like when you grab them or whatever. So she just came over and did the street fighter on my back, like bah bah bah, like, and she was like, "Oh my god!" But in the shit just ended up going down. You know what I'm saying? I guess from the impact of those street fighter blows. So yeah, yeah.
But nah, that's all. That's funny. But that's not because you alive is funny. It'd have been fucked up if you died. But anyway,
yeah.
But this is where I was going with it. You don't have to act feminine to suck a dick. You don't have to act masculine if you're a woman to eat some trim. There's a lot of femme on femme porn out there. So it's true that you don't have to dress like a criminal in order to sleep with a woman if you're a woman, right? Uncle Phil acting like an uncle has nothing to do with him sucking Swiller. Sherman Hemsley acting like a macho man has nothing to do with him sucking Swiller. Your personality has nothing to do with your sexual proclivity. You know what I'm saying? I personally have a problem with public pools because people pee in the pool. I also give golden showers like I'm R. Kelly in the 90s. Things can be mutually exclusive. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
I have a bigger problem with effeminate guys, whether they're gay or not. A lot of effeminate guys are not gay. They just have a lot of female mannerisms. Right?
Right.
Like back in our day, we called them metrosexual. But metrosexuals, they changed the definition of that.
Man, androgynous. They are androgynous, like Prince. But the nigga had all the baddest bitches in the damn 80s, though. This was be killing me, though.
This nigga said, "Go take it. I need you to go in Lake Minnetonka for me."
And my man said from the stream yesterday, whole chickens was said.
But that was crazy though. This nigga looking trying to be pretty as a fucking female, had all the females, like Charlie Murphy said in Jay Chappelle show.
But here's the thing: at that time, that was the movement. That was the generation. The 1980s and 1990s 1990s was the cap on it, right? 1980s was the generation of rebelling against the rebels, because the boomers were the rebels. The 1980s was rebelling against the rebels, right?
Right.
But
Ninja American shit.
But all they did was ratchet up the level of rebellion, right? Because the opposite of rebel is order, right? But they didn't have order. They just ratcheted up the rebellion. They wanted to be more rebellious than their rebellious parents. So you're going through an age range where you're already rebellious because you're adolescent, and now you're trying to rebel against your parents who were the biggest rebels since the Civil War. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So the 80s was weird, but it was some great music, some great culture came out of that.
Maybe I'm
Debatable about
just
the
like my
music and the
mother.
movies. It's debatable. I mean, hindsight's 2020. The side effects was garbage, but the storylines was great. Versus now, the visuals and the and special effects is great, and the stories is horrible now. I kind of agree.
When y'all talk about that, because y'all think about black people. When I think about the 80s, I think about white people. I mean, you got the Prince and you got the Michael Jackson, but I think about white people, bro. I think
You think
about
about Wham and George Michael and them, huh?
Wham, Bananarama, Cindy
Phil
Lauper.
Collins.
I don't think about Phil. He's a little bit older for me, but you know what I'm saying? Cindy Lauper was big. I remember when Madonna came out with Papa Don't Preach, and I thought she was Cindy Lauper. Just like when R. Kelly came out, I thought he was Aaron Hall. You know
Boy
what I'm saying?
George. Forgot about Boy George.
That was Culture Club. Culture Club was, but I didn't know they were gay. I was grown. I was in my 20s before I realized it was gay. I just thought they were colorful because that was the era.
Right. There's a lot of gay people from, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the era. The 90s took all that 80s and concentrated into segments. From the base on the 80s. I think one of the biggest contributors to black culture has to be LL Cool J.
You said it's a black culture?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Before LL, look at how motherfuckers dressed. The LL
Yep.
popped up with a whole troop outfit, nigga.
Okay.
Yep, but hold on, Dirty. I could have swore it was Run DMC.
Nope.
And I'll tell you why though. Because
LL Cool J was out first, right?
Run was out first. Run
DMC was first.
They did their thing. They had the shell to Adidas. People liked them, but Run DMC was so unobtainable. Like they was them like rock stars, but they rapped. Right. LL was that nigga from Queens.
Like, but they both, all three of them from Queens, though. All three of them from Queens.
Yeah. So it's the LL Cool J too, though.
Right, but I'm saying
that's why I said all three of them from Queens.
But I'm saying, like, yeah, they are from Hollis.
Okay, sorry.
But what I'm saying,
LL exactly, they from Hollis, the same area.
But it's still different, right? It's like,
you gotta dig it like this: Run DMC is boomers, and LL's Gen Xer.
You can do it like that too, but it's just he was around our age and he had so much swag. Like Run DMC was rock stars. They did a song with Aerosmith.
Yeah.
They was rock stars.
Because you gotta understand, they was in the era with Public Enemy and Busy B and all them. See, hip hop was just a party thing. When LL came out with him and Kumo D, they were transforming into a more lyrical, more raw, raunchy type of environment. That's why Generation X took over hip hop better than the Boomers when they created it.
What year is this y'all talking about? Give me
85.
like a little time frame.
86, 87.
86. Matter of fact, 86.
Now in 84.
Okay, the reason I was even born, but listen,
I was born in 86.
I studied the shit. I'm an 88 kid. But listen, the reason why we got studied this shit, obviously. So the reason why I say Run DMC is because the Run DMC niggas, they literally started dressing like the dope boys in the hood in New York. You see what I'm saying?
The same thing about Rakim. You're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, sir. Okay, here's the difference. A person can tell you that women need to be cared for, catered to, loved, respected, and you have to lead. You have to be a man. You have to know how to lead. A person can tell you that, and all those things can be true, right? Then you come to my channel, I'll be like, yo, these bitches just toddlers. Treat her like you treat your toddler. You'll do all the shit that I just said previously for your baby, but you don't have the concept that they just don't even see them as adults. So it gives you
I get it.
I'm saying the same shit, but I'm saying it in such a way that it's just grassroots. Like you put in one word, like when you see and they have
you're saying in a witty way, in
right.
a little sneaky way, yeah, in
Because
funny way too at the same time.
You say it the sneaky way, then when girls go crazy, you be like, oh, you know, it must be her time in the month. You start making reasons for this bitch to be dysfunctional and bipolar, right?
Yeah.
But I say, yo, she a toddler. You be like, oh, she's having a toddler temper tantrum. What would I do if my child had a temper tantrum? Put them on timeout. How would I play? Whatever type of parent you are, give them some ice cream, whatever type of parent you are, but know that you're dealing with a toddler, right? And then once you say that, then you'll realize that your entire existence has been women and children in the same classification. Always, your whole life, women and children in the same classification. So they've been telling you your whole life that they toddlers, right? What I'm saying is, what you're saying about Rakim, you didn't say Rakim, but I'm saying Rakim because Rakim had that motherfucking MCM outfit on, Scott LaRock, but them was dope boys. Them boys had that guap, and Red DMC was rock stars. You understand what I'm saying? But they had
I get it.
Fashion wise, yeah. But I'm saying every day, can we beg our mama for this? That was LL. We could dress like LL, and LL has so much swag. You wanted to be LL. You were a fan of Run DMC. You were a fan of Rakim. You were a fan of whoever, but LL was the homie. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That was the different energy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, Dirty, I might have to do a live stream. We got know what's so crazy. You said something that tied into a live stream I'm thinking about doing. I need you up there because they be trying to tell Generation X men to dress their age, but y'all actually are dressing y'all fucking age. That's the crazy fucking thing about it. They be like, why you walking around with t-shirts like, nigga, I created this shit. Why you walking around with your like they go down the whole shebang about what the youngsters doing, talking about this what they supposed to dress like, and they want to try and talk about us older dudes, and I'll be like, do you know who actually started dressing like this motherfucker?
Yeah, I did a show about that, about how 1986 changed everything. That's when the Jordans dropped. You know what I'm saying? That's when LL dropped with the Troops.
Yeah, I was born. That's when crack was really officially around the whole country.
Yeah, crack hit heavy. So now little boys can afford to get a task force jacket.
Yep. But no, though, the whole they was having this council culture phenomenon back in the 60s with the greatest generation and the boomers. You know how the greatest generation guy would wear the suit and tie, and the boomer want to go ahead and rock the natural hair and the fists in the air. We having the same kind of thing, but it's kind of like inverted. We basically can't tell the generation from who is who because we stuck in a fucking loop. The 80s is basically the 2020s just done again, and basically the 2000s was basically the same thing.
And I agree. Every 10 years they loop between 86 and 96. It's a continuous loop. The clothes, they don't even change. They just change the cut. Here's the thing: if you want to break the loop, you got to tribe up. And I say that because Gen X is really the last generation that don't give a shit. There is nothing that even if we're talking about last night's stream and we're talking about Matriarchy and Jalen Breezy, what can a toddler tell me? I fucked them 1,000 girls, and that's with me being a virgin for the last 3 years. More like, you know what I'm saying? I've been recycling pussy. You don't count the pussy you already hit. I ain't got no new pussy. I just been recycling pussy. Because I don't want to deal with, because it's getting so bad out here. I don't feel like meeting a new toddler is going to try to destroy my life, right? So until I tribe, I'm like, I'm just fucking, but I'm not cuffing, right? So think about what I give a fuck about what you think if I don't want to fuck you. Like, what import is it with a girl with clothes on if I'm not trying to fuck her? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If a retard, because girls don't know shit, if a retard came to you in a grocery store like that, how you doing, right? You would still show that retard, and I don't want to call him a retard. If an autistic kid came up to you, you would still show that autistic person or that Down syndrome person a modicum of respect and human decency. You're not going to abuse them. You're not going to take their gym shoes. You're going to show them respect and decency. You may even try to assist them or give them a couple of dollars.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I know autistic people older than me, but I've known them, like I've seen them back and forth my whole life. They just collect cans or do some type of repetitive task like women do. Because women don't create shit. They just do the same repetitive task every day. They doing some repetitive task. And I protect them. Every time I say, man, anybody mess with you? No, don't mess that. If they mess with you, tell them, man, you're gonna get dirty, folks. Because I feel a patriarchal protection over them. The protection I'm supposed to feel over bitches, I feel over autistic people. Like, yo, don't let me know if anybody fucking with you, bro. Because I'll fight for you. Because I know you can't fight for yourself, and I know you don't mean nobody no harm.
It's the word that you say all the time. Well, that you've been saying more and more recently, duty.
I like that, Chris. Special needs people. Nobody attacks special needs people except toddlers, literal toddlers and women, right? And not all women, just the asshole women. But little kids, because kids are cruel. Kids are just assholes. But it's part of being a child, right?
They don't know no better.
They don't know no better. But everybody else looks out for special needs people. One of the most loved moments I ever had was I was fucking with this girl that had an autistic kid. Her kid was like 17, but he couldn't even talk. He wore diapers. Like they were still trying to potty train him at 17 years old.
Damn.
The hugs that boy used to give me when he saw me, and I wasn't his daddy and nothing, because it wasn't a personal love. Like he saw me, he was happy. It was a whoever in the fuck the world, I love everybody happy. You feel what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I like this kid more than I like this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
It's like when you're young on the playground and you got a bunch of black and white kids playing together and y'all hugging and dapping up, and they ain't really, you know what I'm saying? They ain't really in that chaotic world yet. That's kind of the most love you ever gonna get when you think about it.
Do you still keep in contact with the kid?
No, I ain't seen that kid in years.
Does that bother you?
Not at all. It doesn't bother me. I didn't have an attachment to him like that. It was a feeling of pure love, though. I was like, yo, this is the hug. A lot of dudes are grown looking for the hug they never got from their mother. This dude was giving the hugs that niggas wish they got. Like, and this is just who he was as a natural human being. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, Shorty right here. But Shorty didn't need no protection. Shorty had like 15 brothers. No, I ain't gonna say that. But he had 4 brothers that was all gangbangers. She had 4 baby daddies and they all gangbang. Anyway, so he was all right. But my point is the love that you get from autistic and special needs kids that know they special needs. And then you got the special needs people who know they special needs, but they on the spectrum. They're on the spectrum. And then the motherfuckers that be like, I can do it myself. They really handicapped mentally.
They are the functional ones.
I can do it myself, and they fuck up everything, and then they blame other people. So they like girl toddlers, like adult women. It was a great scene in Scary Movie. In fact, I'm gonna pull it up. It was a great scene in Scary Movie, and I remember seeing this scene, and I said, "Yo, this reminds me of every boomer."
It got to be one or two scenes you about to pull up, either Officer Doyle or the man with the little hand.
I don't know if it was Officer Doyle. It's not to do with the little hand though. I'm gonna play it out.
Oh, okay. This guy.
Oh, wait for the commercial.
Oh man.
But he was so intent on showing people that he didn't want people to feel sorry for him for being a invalid, that he turned down everything. Let's play it out. Turn the volume on. That might help.
Hello, Dwight. Oh. Hi, Theo. What you working on?
Just a little experiment. I'm Oh, work. Is that all you ever do?
Well, there's a lot riding on this project.
You know, the professor might have everyone else fooled, but I know who the real brains behind this operation is.
Oh, yeah, you do, huh?
That's what turns me on about you. You're so smart. And those sexy eyes.
Oh,
Yeah. Why don't I put some music on?
yeah.
Yeah.
Music. Okay, lady? Hey.
By giving you the keys. And I'll help by giving you...
Hey, wait, whoa! Hey, I don't need your help, okay, lady? I can do it myself.
Guys, that is a lot. That's your toddlers. That's your toddlers, bro. That's your motherfucking women. They need help, but you can't offer help. They say they can do it themselves, but they can't do shit right. They just dumb.
This is why you can post this shit on the ground, nigga.
Hey. I can do it myself.
That literally describes them, though. That literally describes. That's fucked.
Man, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that movie.
That's the second one, right? Or the first one?
That's the first Scary Movie 2. That's the second.
Yeah, the best one. That's the best one. Scary Movie 2, man. Yes.
Yeah, that's Scary Movie 2. So these are the people that you are trying to.
That was a hell of an example, though. I ain't.
That's how they are. If you saw a man do it, you laugh like that's crazy. But women do it every goddamn day. And y'all be like, oh, it's just, toddler's tolerant. Like, no. These retarded motherfuckers must be stopped. They need to be stopped.
Oh, shit.
He said I can suck my own dingling.
Oh shit! I haven't get there yet.
I ain't that flexible.
It's a lot of practice, nigga. Oh shit!
Oh man!
Hey, Elijah sent me
nigga,
this.
how crazy society is. Nigga, that's more motherfuckers is heading. But look, like yesterday, last night I fell asleep too in the middle of the stream. My man, Black Man Unfiltered, they had a female turning into a man type of thing. I don't even know how to call that, trans man, some shit like that.
Female to male or male to female?
Yeah, female to male.
So she's trying to go ahead and become literally one of us, huh? But all right, go ahead.
So here's the trick. The name of the channel is Black Man on Filter Network. That's my people. I be there all the time. Go people.
We talked about that earlier. We did a clip from earlier.
Oh, you did?
Right here, right? We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so I picture a little. No, let me flip my phone real quick.
Nah,
you gotta be this one, but the motherfucker, you probably have to go to the beginning, bro. Do we have to go? But it wasn't that stream. It wasn't from yesterday.
Yeah, it's from yesterday, from last night.
Okay, it's that one. Yo, this guy, when they start explaining shit, man, they be so all over the place that they confuse themselves. And this is a female. That's my point. You see what I'm saying? Like if she started explaining and I had you with the transition and going from men to women, from women to men, all this shit, to turn. She did all of that to turn around and try to be with another girl.
Yeah.
When she could be with a girl, her primary sex or whatever you call it.
Yeah, just a sports bra. Well, Elijah, I saw what you sent me. I'm gonna show you what was. So when we talked about Melanie King earlier, I just want to show you guys this real quick. When we talked about Melanie King earlier, I noticed that there was this $100 chat up there, and this is part of the things when I say that guys contribute to their own demise. They contribute to these goofy ass toddlers. You need to be starving them out.
Shout out to Pretty Tony.
What Elijah sent me was that the guy who sent it, what the super chat said, and it said, "Hey YouTube wifey, keep up the good work. We still got wedding plans to make." And he sent her $100 just to be able to shoot a shot at a bitch he'll never see a day in his life. These niggas the ops. Look,
facts.
These are the dudes that'll kill me for trying to train my toddler. These are the dudes that got you want to get passports because you can't train your chick because
no. He ain't the reason, but go ahead.
But your thing is collarbones. But I promise you, bro, you just in Chicago. We got some big burly linebackers.
He is, but Mr. O, he is the reason. Because obviously think about this. How many times do you think he sent $100 super chat into Mr.
Oh, that wasn't the first time. I can promise you that.
Or 30 folks or Mr. Goodbread, or even any of the other male content creators, you know what I'm saying, that be checking these bras. Like,
but here's the thing, fellas, man. I always say this in song. He always in my channel when I'm on. I don't go live that often. Maybe like 2 times a week and shit like that. I'm a lazy YouTuber. Yo,
me
but
too.
I always say this, bro. Niggas, some of these suck ass niggas, they are worse than these bitches, my nigga. And that's why these bitches doesn't have an incentive to change or do nothing, bro. Because I always say this, bro. A bitch on her starting at 18, right? All the way to 35. These bitches get ran through, right? You know why? Because we can all agree these bitches are dumb, right? I mean, these toddlers are dumb, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't even want to jump into the fucking, you know what I mean, underage thing. Let's start at 18.
What's underage? 15. If I'm 17 and she 15, we both underage and she's still getting ran.
Yeah, for legal purpose, let's say 18. so 18 all the way to 35. You know what they like to get ran through and have like 5 kids by like 25 different guys? Because they know at the end of the tunnel is always gonna be a nigga that is ready to save them. As long as they look, they don't even have to look good. As long as they like a 4+.
Yo, that was true only up to about 2015. By 2016, niggas started going to that damn book called PIMP, written by Iceberg Slim. My nigga Glass Top, in that book, he said every whore thinks they got it going on. You know what I'm saying? They think they're gonna be riding off into the sunset and all that good shit till they find out one day after all them bodies, all them sucking swillers all damn day, they figure out there ain't no light at the end of the damn tunnel. That's when they try to latch on to either well, we don't use this reference, the pimp. They may try to make the pimp settle down. What do you think a square broad that got the same amount of bodies in regular society is gonna do? She gonna try to look for a sick ass fucking husband.
Exactly, bro. But the thing is more than real niggas out here. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like a one real nigga for every 100 suck ass niggas, bro. That's the ratio.
Y'all looking at the wrong way. Y'all looking at the wrong way. Let me say exactly what Poppy just said. I'm gonna use the exact same words, different inflection, totally different meaning. Nigga, I could get 50 bitches because it's only one real nigga for every 100 suck ass niggas. Them suck ass niggas ain't fucking.
I agree.
If this is why toddler trainers is essential. If you already one of them guys, it'll help you get a hero. If you're not one of them guys, it'll help you get a wife. But either case or whatever case, it'll teach you how to train your toddler. The toddlers can't be trained unless you strong in your tolerology, right? Because that creates the culture. The bitches know they can't just do a professional fight promoter move and get you earth, right? So what I'm saying is for me, it's a good thing. I never heard about the 80-20 thing until I got on social media and found out what an incel was. I didn't know what an incel was.
Bro, it's 95% now, bro.
Listen, I don't know no YouTube terminology, bro. Like I honestly look up what the fuck is a simp was, because last time I checked, this word simp was used to be associated with pimps and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? No towards describe a pimp, of course, but that's how they call the tricks and whatever, right? I didn't know what.
Hey, what you think a husband is, bro?
What you say?
What you think a husband is?
Husband is, to me, a husband is a
He's a
husband.
trick. He's a trick.
So that in that case, I mean, he in a prostitute relationship with a wife.
Exactly.
Okay. But look, but like I said, like I didn't know none of this terminology until I got my little channel like 6-7 months ago, and I did like in real life, and most likely, you're gonna vouch for this. You can ask all your homies. We don't like, they don't know what the hell red pill, blue pill, black pill, none of this shit is. You see what I'm saying? It's that I remember they call I was in the Spanish the other day. These motherfuckers they didn't like what I was saying. So they were like, oh, you fucking immigrant, go back to your fucking country. I'm like, nigga, I was raised here. I got American passport, so I can go nowhere. But the thing is, like none of my friends know what the FBA, ADOS, none of that thing mean. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like these spaces right here, they're like a very small, so the information is not really like going like too far. That's what I believe, because the younger people are younger than me. I'm in my 30s. They're not really in tune with YouTube like that. They're more like an Instagram type of thing. You see what I'm saying?
The TikTok people.
Exactly. Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
But that's learned behavior. To have a low attention span is learned behavior.
Yep.
Because you can't say that the kids are smarter today than they were the previous generation. I believe that every generation is supposed to be smarter than the generation before, because technology and
that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
But if every generation is supposed to be smarter than the one before, and they have a 7-second attention span, a 60-second attention span, then that's a learned behavior. That's microwave behavior.
Shout out to us millennials.
You know what I'm saying? And that comes from being raised by single mothers, because women in general have an instant gratification mindset, right? And you can tell by the type of crimes that father raised. I'm just talking crimes, because there's still criminals raised by their dad. But the type of crimes that father raised boys do versus the type of crimes that mother raised boys do. When you see, you can have two boys on the same block, one raised by his mama, one raised by his dad, and they can both start off with that same amount of drugs or the same opportunity for whatever. One will know how to stack his money because he has a price point. He has a goal in mind, right? He might not have a goal to get out the game, but he has a goal of what he's trying to get out the game. I need to hustle until I get a quarter key. Well, I'm trying to grind. I'm gonna stack this much just in case, and then I'm trying to grind to get a Chevy. They have a price point. When I was a kid, I used to watch all the dudes with no dads stay broke. We would get the same amount of money. We get the same $30. We started off getting $30. That should last me like 3 days, but we started off getting $30, right? Dude would give you $100 worth of shit, you bring them back 70, you keep 30. You could buy your own shit for $65 though, and just be out on your own, right?
Have your own product.
Have your own product for $65. It ain't gonna be much, but it's yours. You feel me? So if I get my 30, I stack my 30, get 30 more, stack that 30, go with 60, say, man, can I owe you $5? Right? Now I got my own shit and I'm doing what I want to do. The same dudes that went the same time as me, I'm watching them. They buying pizza puffs and French fries. That's $5. They buying weed. They buying Tops papers or blunts. So they nickel and dimed $26 out their 30. They kept the money they owed, but now you still in that man's pocket. So every time you see 30, now you getting a case of beer. You know what I'm saying?
So you're right back to ground zero.
Right back to ground zero. Because you keep nickel and diming yourself to poverty for instant gratification. You couldn't even say I'll be sober for 3 days until I got my own shit.
I get it. So do you saying like that was a behavior they learned from watching their mama, you know what I mean, raised by their mom? Their mom wastes everything. They don't think about saving $1. They gotta get their hair done, nail done, and be broke until next paycheck pretty much. And do it all over again.
Have you ever listened to a woman talk? Like for real?
Oh my nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I love it and I hate it all at the same time. I love it because they give you it's funny.
It's funny.
It's entertaining. It's entertaining. But I hate it because the dumb shit that come out of their mouth. And listen, nobody's perfect. I probably say dumb shit every now and then, but at least it makes sense a little bit. But the shit that they say, bro, is so out of this world, bro, that you ain't got no choice but to hate it.
They are amusing. Here's the thing. The one thing that everything they say is backwards though. So they'll say something like, I don't want a man, I don't need a man, I want a man. Right? But they need a man. So even when they talk, their concept of wants and needs is backwards. And that's what you're teaching your kids. Right?
That's bad.
So then you hear motherfuckers say, yo, I need a beer. You don't really need a beer, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want one. I need a woman. You really don't need a woman, especially if you're trying to get a price point to get a woman. You really don't need a woman. You've been all right. You want a woman. Everything that colored say that the blacks, the women, gays, and felons say is inverted. It's backwards. So if your priorities are backwards, the way that you present yourself will be backwards, right? It's this dude right here that my man just sent me. It's this dude. Damn, I took off the picture. I'm gonna put it back up. It's this dude saying, I'm gonna send you $100 so we can go to a wedding. I'm gonna make this bigger. Because I want y'all to read it. Because I just that ain't help. Maybe I just I gotta make it smaller again. Like, hey, YouTube wifey. Like, it makes you do shit like this. What makes you give money to a woman you've never met, you'll never meet?
If you ask him, bro, you know that his first answer would be like because he want to portray that he rich. He might be rich actually. You see what I'm saying? And then his second answer would be, nigga, you a broke ass nigga, you can just afford it. That would be his second.
Or they'll blame patriarchy. That's a good one too. They're like, oh, because she's a woman and she needs it. Guys can get it off the roof. Girls, they just so think about this. Even if that was a reason, any of those were the reasons, right? If I'm broke, but I'm the creator, I'm the earner, then I need it. If women don't have it and men can get it off the roof, then women don't need it. Like there's no reason to ever in my you don't give women money. That's just me personally. I'm not saying you don't do anything for women. I'm just saying women don't need money. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women just need stuff. Women need a place to lay their head. You know what I'm saying? They don't even need clothes because girls don't wear clothes. They need a place to lay their head. They need food in their stomach. They might need transportation. You know what I'm saying? But women don't need money. Every dollar you give a woman, you're lessening the chances you can keep that woman. You understand that, right?
And that's one thing that bothers me. Not bothers, but annoys me. Like a lot of people in my generation.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
What do you say?
Said Melanie King married an African, but telling black men don't mess with women overseas.
Oh, she married right now?
Nah, she divorced.
Look at her giving advice.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is
old ass, you know what I'm saying? Was she about 40, 41? Yeah, I fuck a old ass.
Nah, a lot of a lot of people in my generation, because I'm 33, I guess millennials or whatever. I don't like the fact, or it annoys me the fact that it's a lot of people that say, oh, like they have that like that need syndrome, I guess, or that want syndrome. Like I gotta, like they make every excuse for why they ain't where they supposed to be. Or I gotta, like you said, I gotta drink this beer. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta, the attention span is horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because I feel like I'm one of the few that understands, like it take like there's almost no such thing as instant gratification.
But it's been like that for a while, man, because and I noticed the change, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I noticed the change about, let me see, when 2022, since 2000, I want to say 10, 11, 12, I noticed like we was going south. And when I say we was going south is in today's society, it's cool to be a victim, bro. Like if you're a victim, you are celebrating. That's what you, even if you really pay attention to, because we all get like example from TV, because if I tell you about the homie right down the street, you ain't gonna know who that nigga is, and you won't be able to prove if I'm telling you the truth or not. So we gotta use celebrity fucking examples and shit. So like think about that. What's the gay guy from that got caught lying in Chicago, man? He was the Empire guy. I forgot his name.
Jussie, Bussy.
Yeah, yes.
Bussy.
Let's use that as an example. That guy,
Juicy.
He paid people to not for him to look like a hero. He paid people so he can look like a victim, bro. Because he know if that plan would have worked, that man would have been like the illest LGBT guy in the country right now.
Poppy, wait, hold on, wait, guys. He's the gay Tupac. Let's not forget that he's the gay Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac's so forget it. But look, here's the thing. You do that shit in New York. You don't do that shit in Chicago. Do you know how hard? Bro, I had to work that day, and I had to work the night shift. It was -2 degrees, -20 with windshield factor.
I know.
Nigga, you was getting frostbite just opening the car door. Bro, it was freezing. Fucking freezing. Also, me being from Chicago is segregated, but not necessarily. Our racism is subtle. We have subtle racism. Who hires you or not? Police profiling type shit, right? But our racism ain't even based on race. It's based on class. Like if you're on the south side, they assume you broke. If you're on the west side, they assume you're a killer. If you're on the north side, they assume that you made it. So even the police you differently based on the segments of Chicago, because Chicago was a red line city, right? So it's not even about color then, it's about class. Our white people and our Mexican people, since the 1990s, since like the early 2000s, we have a silent pact. We just don't fuck with each other, negatively or positively. You living your life, I'm living my life, they living their life. And we'll meet up downtown to go to the club or something in our own respective groups, and we may talk or do the electric slide together. And then we all go home separately with the group we came with. That's Chicago, right? Chicago is a Democratic city in a Republican state. So much Democratic that they make that downstate Illinois wants to annex Chicago like they did Washington, D.C. because they tired of Chicago politics affecting the entire state. That's how liberal Chicago is. So you're telling me that white boys at -22 degrees Fahrenheit have bleach bottles and a noose walking downtown at 2 a.m. Nickel. Everybody knew he was lying.
I mean, you're right. You're right, 34. But I'm gonna tell you, from the get-go, I knew the nigga was lying. I'm gonna tell you how I knew the nigga was lying. I've been in Chicago twice. So it's not like I'm very knowledgeable with the city, bro. But I knew the nigga was lying as soon as he said he was going to Subway, or he went to Subway. Bro, Chicago got the illest pizza place / Italian delis / like, you know what I mean? Subway is like the last shit you would go to Chicago, fam. Out of that, all that good shit that is open in those hours, actually. I was like, man, this nigga lying. And to throw the whole cold, because Chicago is colder than New York because y'all got the goddamn lake right in your face.
Yeah.
So when it's like 5 degrees over there, it's technically probably -5. Fuck around is -10.
Yeah.
I was so cold when I was out there that my eardrum was about to pop, yo. Because all that cold is track on them buildings, bro. The cold is track right there in the city. So I'm like, bro, you an actor and you expect people to believe that you went to get your own food.
I ain't never going to Chicago in the winter. I ain't never going to Chicago in the winter.
I did it twice, one in the winter, one in the summer, man. Fun, man. I went to this ghetto club, bro. Adriana's.
Imagine I'll be out there hustling in those Chicago winters with -10 degrees outside, and you still got to job and try and move that shit.
Yes, sir.
I'll deal with the 120 here in Arizona before I go deal with some goddamn -20 shit.
That's why Palmer keep hating you. See that slick shit all the time, nigga. That's why. but here's the thing. But what was you saying about Jussie though? So first of all, Jussie's an actor. He's not a script writer because that was a horrible script.
Like we were saying that it's like profitable nowadays that to be a victim now because you even get paid for being a victim. And like I remember growing up, and I'm in my 30s, bro. Like growing up, you was a victim, you was full every day, especially in New York. That's what you have to fight every day, fam. You have to fight, man, just to win, lose, or draw. Too. It don't matter if you was winning, but you have to let nigga know, like, hey, nigga, this ain't gonna be an easy walk over here.
Okay, and that's I'm a steal that and I'm a swag back, and I still ain't gonna show the video. But this is how I felt last night when I was on World Class shit. I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens. All I care is if I'm in any altercation that I kill the toddler. That's all I care about. I'm gonna tell you why, and that's not because it's not hate. That's function. You're not gonna be a fight promoter and then nothing happens to you when the fight happens, because one of us gonna be dead, one of us gonna be in jail. I don't know which one of those two people I'm gonna be, but you're not gonna walk away from this shit unscathed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's all they're gonna do is two people going. She gonna go back, fuck their families. She gonna go back out here and promote another fight over some shit she starts. Because that's another thing about men. Men don't just arbitrarily fuck with women.
No.
True.
Men aren't
something dramatic gotta happen though. That's when I hear like homeboy deleting homegirl or something like that. The first thing that my mind goes like something homegirl pro did something wild to this nigga. And I mean, being from the hood, we know how these females get down. They be setting these niggas up. That's my first thinking right there. Oh, she set him up. Homie got robbed. He find out. He popped her.
Some to that extent. When people tell a story, people are so conditioned to see women as victims, which is why the gays want to be victims too, because they think like women. That they exclude what the woman did to put themselves in that situation. Let me tell you how good gay men's gaydar is. I learned this firsthand. Matter of fact, I might get some pictures to prove it. I just might. I learned this firsthand, gentlemen, how great that men's gaydar is, and how efficiently men judge other men out the gate, right? I have a photo album of me promoting. I want to set this clip up though. So once upon a time, I went to the gay pride parade, right? I ain't still your slave, Toddler. You can have that bitch. Anyway, once upon a time, I went to the gay pride parade. And the reason I went is because I was trying to promote my new books. And in Chicago, our gay pride parade is put on WGN, which is our local channel, but it's a cable channel. So it's going to be seen all across the nation, right? And I wanted to be part of that for marketing, right? So let me show you guys something. Him be me. This me at the gay pride parade I got my Crusader Publishing ensemble, and I'm a fan of this dude, by the way. He is what they call a technosexual. He sleeps with blow-up dolls. And I had to take a picture with him because I said, man, any man that can find a woman whose mouth stay open but she ain't talking, that's the sex for me, right?
Hold on, say that terminology again. What the man is?
A technosexual. He only fucks like blow-up dolls and shit like that. Shout out to him. He broke the code, man. He broke the code. This is the fucking thing they put me on. They had me walking in front of the transgender shit. That's my little the little band right there that say I could be part of the shit, right? So
This nigga.
Yo, this is
you got mad confident, nigga.
Hey man, I know myself, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So look at all the sponsors though. Aon, Chase Bank. I want to be there, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find shit. This is Matt Nately. Matt is a promoter. Okay, this goes back to something that Zone said earlier. Hold on, let me say this. Earlier, Zone asked, he said, yo, how do I feel about Sherman Hemsley and all that? And I said, as long as you gay and you don't project it, you cool. So let's go back to Matt. So Matt is gay, but I didn't know Matt was gay. I met Matt at a magazine company because they were having a model search. And I went there because I was trying to steal their models, right? And Matt was writing for the magazine at the time that the model search was for. And me and Matt had a cool conversation in the spot. And we exchanged numbers on some publishing shit, right? Because I wanted to get into magazines. That's why I was there trying to steal their models. So the first time I talked to Matt called me. The first time I talked to Matt, he said, bro, I just want you to know I'm gay and I got a partner. I'm not trying to hit on you or nothing, bro, but I just know how people be about gay people. I said, Matt, as long as you don't hit on me, we good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Matt was like, yo, bro, I ain't on that. He's like, I just want you to know. I said, man, I appreciate you telling me and giving me the opportunity to make that decision, right? So me and Matt cool, right? Matt the homie. Now, Matt says, I can get you. I was supposed to, hold on. I want to say this about Matt, because Matt kind of hurt my feelings on this. Matt was supposed to get us on the boat with the Cubs. That's the year the Cubs won the World Championship. No, it wasn't. The Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup that year. He was supposed to get us on the float with the Blackhawks. That's actually what this Aon on the back of this bus is. The front is World Champion Chicago Blackhawks. Whatever year that was. That's when I did this. So, but he couldn't, and then he was supposed to get us on the B96 radio station, and we didn't get on that either. And then we ended up in front of this goddamn transgender pickup truck. But I'm in the game, coach, right? So shout out to Matt for that. Matt the homie. So Matt being gay, he was like, man, gay pride parade. He gave me the whole spiel, the gay pride parade, blah, 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 blah. Do I got another picture of the gay pride parade? No, that's actually Rakim concert. And now here's where I want to go with that. When I'm in this parade, now I got to march. I thought I was going to be on the float throwing out t-shirts and flyers and shit. But now I got to march because I'm in front of a goddamn pickup truck. Hey,
if you
if you hold Matt money, you might get monkeypox. Oh, the monkeypox button out yet. Sleeping with dolls is not in scripture, so you probably could do it because they ain't had no yay or nay for sleeping with dolls. So you probably still good in the eyes of the law.
Booty pox, not booty is booty pox, not monkeypox.
That's hilarious. Shout out to Matt. I ain't talked to him in a minute. I need to check on him, make sure he ain't. But anyway, here's where I'm going with it. So we walking through this. No gay guy tried to hit on me, bro. The entire time. I got my phone out, nigga, because it got super gay. But it's the gay pride parade. But I have never been in such a gay space in my life, right? But it's gay pride parade. So I got my phone out. I'm texting my boy like, yo, this some bullshit. Get an alert, look back. I read, he say, nigga, you know where you was going. Suck it up. I said, yeah, I knew where I was going. So, but nobody hit on me. Nobody messed with me. Nobody except women. Women are grabbing me. Bitches is snatching me out the line, trying to put me on the wave. You know how motherfuckers pick you up and do the wave, which I'm like, shorty, let me go. Bitches trying to kiss on me and shit, take pictures like, oh my God, he's transgender. Oh my God, I get this nigga some pussy. I turn him back straight. I can't believe he bisexual. I get this nigga that pussy. These girls were actively trying to fuck me, believing I was gay. The gay guys didn't even believe I was gay. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when these girls start talking about you gay, you must be gay. I don't like down low men. They look for down low men. I'm talking black, white, and Mexican bitches. I steady was getting snatched out because I'm going to like the edge. You know how it's a parade. So you know people on the sidewalk while you walk on the street. And I'm going on the side. I'm trying to pass out my little flyers, and they just snatching my arm, trying to drag me, put me in waves. Oh, you're so sexy. I'm like, bitch, let me go. Like, why would I even want a woman that fucks gay men? You know what I'm saying? This is. I didn't even have righteous hate then. I wasn't even listening to girls yet. I was still not listening to women at that time. Like just living life, just going through strange ass shit that can only happen to me. You know what I mean? But these are the things that craft. When you in real life experiences, like yo, these bitches are like real life dysfunctional, and I go places that guys normally don't go, right? Because come on, let's be honest. If I wasn't trying to pass out promo, I wouldn't be there. And how many of y'all just gonna chill at the gay pride parade?
Right. It's business.
And then you see how, because here's the thing, men understand business and commerce. Men understood the purpose. Even the gay men. It was guys out there in women G-string bikini bottoms with no shirt on. They had nothing on except some old Navy flip-flops, G-strings, and angel wings. For some reason, they all think they angels. And they just floating around like Tinkerbell. They like damn that ass naked, man. And I'm like, that's why I was texting my boy, like, yo, this is some bullshit. He's taking me back, like, you know where you was going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was that extreme. You know what I'm saying? Like now y'all, we got P Valley and shit like that. It wasn't no P Valley when I did this. Just like 2009, 2010. Wasn't no P Valley then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is bananas. But but I say that to co-sign Poppy. All this shit started changing in 2010, 2011.
Okay. When that parade, what year that was?
Either 09 or 010. Let me.
Oh, so it's right around that time then.
Hold on, Facebook should tell me when I posted this picture.
Yeah. And we know who was in office at that time too.
If I'm mistaken, Obama, he got away.
All right, right here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
June 27, 2010.
Yep.
2010, bro.
Oh, yeah, line right around it. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Great minds think alike, man. That's the time frame I used to 2010.
That's when shit started changing, bro.
Yeah, like I know it is. Listen, I'm a young nigga, but like I'm very observant. You see what I'm saying? Like I always like say this, man. A fool learn by other people's mistake, man. A smart nigga learn by other people's mistake. You see what I'm saying?
I just want to say one more thing real quick. My hat and shirt game has always been ill, yo. Y'all see the thing right there? Y'all see goddamn it, the sword, match the sword, nigga. My hat game has always been ill, man. Shout out to me, man.
Facts, man.
You know what I'm saying? And that's hey, man. You find something that works for you, stick with it. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different, bro. Men are creatures of routine. Women are creatures of new sensations because they're empty on the inside, so they always chasing a high, right?
Yeah.
New fashion, new dick. When you come home and you live by yourself, you'll have to one day just look like, damn, I need a new couch. You probably had that couch 12 years. Women will get a new couch every other tax return season, or they'll rearrange furniture. You can't come home drunk if you live with a girl because You got the couch by the front door. You're like, why the fucking couch ain't in the living room? I'm on the mofo and sway. Like, bitch, I'm finna die. Like, that is their nature to move shit around. And you gotta allow that. You gotta train them to warn you though. They gotta send you a text like, I'm gonna rearrange the house today. You don't want to come home drunk and you just find out the hard way when you hit some shit that ain't supposed to be there. Because you know how to walk through your house in the pitch black. Because it's your shit. The way everything's supposed to be.
For real. Hell yeah.
Right.
That's the fact.
You hit your toe on some shit, you be mad as hell. Like, what the fuck?
And they looking at you crazy. Like, why you mad? You upset over this? Look. You should have known I was gonna move it, bitch. How?
Right.
So you're always in those situations, man. You're always in that trick bag. I wanted to do this show, man, because I wanted to. I ain't gonna front. I wasn't the world class show yesterday did piss me off, but it didn't piss me off because normally I wouldn't say anything, honestly, because I don't fight what I don't fuck. But the way that she tried to do it on another man's, because people be in my comment section saying slick shit all the time. I don't say nothing. But the way motherfuckers came at me and then got on the defense immediately, like, oh my God, I wanted you guys to understand the principle of all this, right?
I ain't even look at it as you fighting. Like, honestly, like, I was like, the way that I looked at it was, and people may mistake that for fighting because they're so used to, oh, you shouldn't talk to a woman this way. I looked at it as a general fucking standing his ground, and you not gonna get past me. I'm the last fucking line, and this is it. You're not crossing this line. Like, that's how I looked at. Yo, I was looking at, you had the whole outfit to match. Yo, I was studying that shit. I'm like, this shit here is like, because a lot of motherfuckers, they not gonna keep it real like that because they're gonna be scared to lose their channels and get kicked out of certain spaces and lose friendships and alliances and everything. In those moments, I'm gonna just keep it 1,000. You have my utmost respect because I'm just like, this is a general commanding the field right here. You know what I'm saying? And we don't got a lot. It's not a lot of that. It's not a lot, and you don't get to, because a lot of these guys, they get on panels, they get on shows, and they not really about what they talk about. And you showed that you everything that you talked about. And I love the fact that you didn't hold back what was on your mind. You said everything that was in your heart.
No, really what I was trying to do was show y'all exactly how they fight promote. That's why I was breaking down everything, like, see, this, and this. Then tried to calm down the situation like I'm supposed to be calm because she calm. And she wasn't calm. She was trying to shut me up. I'm like, yo, this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my own show telling my friends show me a titty. You think I ain't gonna tell this goofy bitch show me a titty? Then goddamn it, motherfucker quadruple down, consistent with the disrespect. Then telling motherfuckers, if you feel disrespected, then you not a man. You must be gay, goddamn it, because you feel disrespected. And I feel disrespected that you won't allow me to disrespect
you. Yeah, that's what they do.
This is what they do. This is what siblings do when y'all have different daddies. This is what girlfriends do. This is what all fight promoters do. That is the apex of fight promotion. But here's the thing: when Don King promotes a fight, he puts both fighters in front of each other, and both fighters have a stare down, and they understand that they are in a fight. They plan the fight. When girls start a fight, they just do some shit and then try to get everybody else to fight for them, like they're the field general. You understand what I'm saying?
They are very good at that too.
They're the
start the fight and call the next person who handle that.
All I'm saying is there is no next person, because I'll take care of them, but I'm gonna take care of you too. I want to give much respect and credit to Noble for doing nothing.
Shout out to Noble, man.
That's my guy.
And congrats again, man.
Yeah, congrats to Noble again. I want to give shout outs to him because he did not. Noble did what he was supposed to do. Noble defended his house. Nobody defend the people in this house. He defended this house. Yo, this is my platform, on my platform, blah, blah, blah. And man, I fuck with you, Breezy. You my girl. Yo, I fuck with dirty folks. This my house. I'm gonna let y'all fight in the backyard. I got nothing but respect for that.
Yeah.
She
Keep it
felt
clean.
disrespected, like, yo, these niggas ain't taking up for me and than this.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because she didn't get the reaction of, Noble, you supposed to see I'm a girl, and because you say you like me and you think that goddamn it I'm a girl, you should fight for me. You should burn
That's
the
when they start.
last for me.
That's when they start preaching that bullshit. Protection, bitch. I don't know you. I don't know
That
you.
I mean, that situation and that part too, that was definitely a teachable lesson because
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure people are going to go back and they're going to watch that and they're going to get the intensity in that exchange. And you as like it's when you see something like that, like I feel like it's really a teachable lesson just for men in general. She had instructions, she did not follow those instructions. I mean, dirty. I mean, basically, he said it's over. Don't talk to me because you didn't apologize. And all she had to do was not talk to him. And she kept going. And she kept getting worse and worse with it. So I mean, that's a powerful lesson because man, y'all are gonna be sometimes in a position where that inner simp chip might activate. And it may naturally come upon you where you like, I need to get involved with this, or dude is gonna mess this chick up. But you gotta, that's the primary importance of that exchange. You gotta know, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful of that inner simp chip. And you gotta let these toddlers get trained. You gotta let them learn their lesson. Ain't no dude brought that on her. She brought that on herself. What you call him a bitch for? For what? When he
I
didn't
mean, you
call
gotta
you no names.
every time, bro. Every time it's this kind of mixed panels, men and women. So you can expect 80. I want to say what you can expect that panel to go wrong 85 to 90% of the time. Because and you already know where it's gonna go, man. Like especially when you start talking about anything to do with a relationship. If anything to be like relationship between men and women. You see what I'm saying? So you know the classic the classic language that they use. You a bitch ass nigga. I mean the first one is you gay. I mean that's the first one off the rip that they're gonna throw. You gay, you a bitch ass nigga, you broke. Even though they don't know you. But they feel comfortable saying that to you left and right. So that's why I'll be like, man, he may not even send to argue with them bros, bro. Because it's always gonna be a dumbass nigga co-signing anyway. Oh, it's so funny. Just to be in her good side.
Here's another teachable moment. Stephen T. This is another teachable moment. In an exchange, I was able to recall everything in the order of operation that happened to get us to that point. Girls don't remember shit they did 3 minutes ago, so she couldn't believe that I remembered what the fuck you just did. You just did it. And I'm supposed to forget it because you forgot it, right? The reason I'm using Stephen Teague as an example is this motherfucker said this shit like last year, bro. When he said his business made $400 at the Pride Parade in West Michigan, I didn't, but I remember somebody saying it was in West Michigan and made $400 in edibles because he sold weed and t-shirts. And I was like, I remember that. And I remember he said he could have made thousands, but him and his wife didn't have a credit card reader and they didn't have cash. That is how good my memory is. And I remember a story from a year ago that was a random conversation. So now this bitch gonna tell me that you don't remember disrespecting me 3 minutes ago? These whores are horrible. You got to know your ops, gentlemen. White men are not your ops. 90% of the shit y'all call racism is toddlers. 90%. They got you mad at the boogeyman because they got imaginary friends and they need to protect their imaginary friends, so they give you an imaginary enemy. These girls are dumb. They fucking dumb. in your lifetime, minus police, because police are police, you probably never got into a fucking fight with a white guy outside of school. But that's school shit. That's not race shit.
I ain't never been in a fight with a white dude.
I've never been in a fight with a white dude. I'm just giving dudes benefit of the doubt. I've never, when I see white dudes always big up me. I would slide on the court. They choose me first. Like, I want him. And they would see me play. They just assume. I think that's kind of racist, but I still want to hoop, so it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I used to, when I stayed in Iowa for a minute, I stayed a lot of places. I take like these macro vacations where I also get a job while I'm there because I want to stay for 2 or 3 months and just learn the city.
Right.
It should be a TV show back in the 90s called The Highlander, where he just walk up the highway and end up at a place and chill for a minute and leave. I was living my 20s like that, right? Just exploring the nation. It's a beautiful nation. And all this racism they told me about, I never got a whiff of it, minus police. Never got a whiff of it. Boston's supposed to be the most racist city in America. White guy offered to change my life. You know what I'm saying? Iowa is supposed to be the home of the fat white chick. I had a bad biracial bitch down there and some fine white girls trying to steal me from her. And the white guys was telling me, I had never heard this before. They were building computers from scratch. They said, man, we can build you a $3,000 computer for $400. You give us $400 and we'll build it. Like, I guess that's the price of the processors and the fans and all that. So basically, it was going to do free labor for me. Like, just give me $4.
And speaking of fat white chicks, because I wanted to say this on Noble stream yesterday, but I ain't want to like change the topic because Noble said he don't mess with snow bunnies or whatever. It was a snow bunny that actually made me come from Sloppy Toppy. That it the first one to ever do it was a snow bunny. That's from she's from either North Dakota or South Dakota. She's here in Phoenix. Fat, thick, whatever you want to call her. She like got a nice mix. Like she like right
mix.
Big ass titties and she said you have you ever, I'm like, yeah, I had my dick sucked before. Have you ever come to, have you ever has a woman? I said, nah. She went to work right then and there. So shout out to the thick white chicks out there making dudes come off Sloppy Toppy. We appreciate y'all.
Shout out to any girl who takes pride in her work. Shout out to her. Shout out to that young lady.
man, I mean, I know exactly what my band song is talking about because I'm in Phoenix myself, bro. This is the land. This is the land. And to be fair, I know really into white girls like that. My girls gotta have a little bit of color, either Spanish or black. You see what I'm saying? I like to keep it kind of like me for the most part, but goddamn, bro, these little snow bunnies in here, fam, they make you change your mind, my nigga. It's just the way they do it, bro. Like,
and this was recently, by the way,
bro. Like it's like a no effort. One thing about these white girls in Arizona, bro, they like you, which they love niggas out here. Don't get it twisted. They love niggas out here. You in Scottsdale, in Old Town, anywhere actually, but I'm talking about Scottsdale because that's where they concentrate, bro. Son, like they just gonna talk, and you start talking to the normal. You can have a nice little conversation with this girl, man. Next thing you know, hunger just gonna tell you, huh? Can I give you a blowjob? I'm like, huh? I swear, bro. You motherfuckers gonna think I'm lying when they hear this shit. Yo, you can be talking about politics. So you be like, man, the Trump is a piece of shit. Biden is a piece of shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's nice, but can I give you a blowjob in your car, fam? Like, what shit? Kind of throw you over a little bit. Like, hold on, man. I didn't expect that one.
I don't think you lying at all. I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, when I went to Phoenix, ain't no white girl give me a blowjob. I feel cheated. But I don't feel cheated because I was from with this badass mixed broad. That's why I went down there to fuck her. So, I mean, I was winning. But
this is a home of the mixed girls too, bro. Phoenix is like a melting pot. Phoenix is, people don't know. Phoenix is the fourth biggest city in America now.
Yeah, I told you, like, I got a cousin down there. We talk. Like, my cut. Y'all think that I'm bad, and I like right now I'm just because my rage because I listen to these bitches like for 16 months and I've never been the same. But Y'all been listening your whole life. Y'all crazy. But I got a little cousin down there who studied me his whole life and then moved to Phoenix in high school. So we got the fundamentals from me, from his dad, from his uncle. And they got stories about me. I don't remember, like, you used to have to babysit us, and then you'll make us sit on the floor and watch TV while you was in the bed fucking the girl, like, don't turn around. Yo, that do sound like some shit I do, yo. Like, what you mean sound like you did it like 4 times with 4 different girls? I'm like, oh shit, my bad, look. No, it was cool, it was cool. I was like, so, like, I'll be on the phone with my little cousin, like, we on the stream now, I'll be on the phone with my little cousin for like 2 hours. And then I hear something in the background. I'm like, yo, cuz, you got company? He be like, yeah, I got these 3 girls naked in the bed. I'm like, oh, let you go. He was like, oh, no, I'm cool, man. These bitches could wait. I'm on the phone with my cuz. I was like, nigga, my little cuz.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, like, I live in a few places, man, but Phoenix is cool, bro. It's cool, but goddamn, it's got expensive over here. I mean, it's expensive everywhere, so it really don't matter where you go now, at least. But what I like about over here, man, is clean. You see what I'm saying? It's nice, clean.
Hold on, I need one of y'all, man, either Poppy or Zone. I need y'all to reach out to Chris, man, to do an intervention, man, on y'all own time, man. You down there?
Well, he in Phoenix too?
Yeah, I guess so. He's getting cheated from his own state. Man, I need y'all to do an intervention, man.
They love niggas out here, man. That's what like I love being in Scottsdale, man. I don't live in Scottsdale, but I step over there, man. Them females they love you over there. It's the home of the Miss Girl too. Like you gonna find yourself with a lot of black and white girls or black and Mexican. It's a lot of that mixture going on.
Yeah, the black skins is nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, then over here is by the low, bro. Over here, what? That's normal out here.
I know. It's that whole little from Phoenix to LA. That whole, the whole thing, the New Mexico, the Arizona, all that shit. As you travel, all that's like that. I appreciate the hospitality that girls give. That's why I don't understand how people are incels. I didn't know what an involuntary celibate was. I'm like, yo, you celibate on accident? Like somebody made you celibate? Like, how is that possible? Like, it's pussy on the ground, be like, if you trip, you'll run into a pussy. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Here, you take that. Like, I don't understand.
No, I do understand it, bro. The reason why, if you really, this females is literally fucking the same guy. It's all, if you really do the math, bro, it's only a few niggas messing with the majority of the bros. Literally.
I get that. I understand that.
So and naturally, and I don't care, and this is global right here. Naturally, women don't like messing with the nerdy, corny. You see what I'm saying? That's against it's against their DNA, bro. If she thinks that you corny, if a girl not necessarily corny, if she thinks that you an incel, how you call that, like a geek, that's how we call it, geek.
Right.
She ain't gonna fuck with you, bro. You're gonna have to pay for it. You know what I mean? That's why those geek ass niggas and those are the niggas that actually got money, because they always got good jobs and stuff like that. They like obviously they got plenty of money because they ain't wasting on no bras. We waste our money to chasing bitches and shit like that. Fucking up, and those are the guys that get caught up with these females later on in life because they were craving for this female in their 20s and 30s. Now homegirl come to them when they're 2-3 kids, like, well, nigga, I'm here. You're gonna fuck me, but guess what? You're gonna have to raise these other niggas' kids and shit like that. And they be like, oh, shit, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Comedy reports say white women.
That?
White women.
Becky. Can't see that, can you?
No, we can't really see. Yeah, we can see it now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Becky right there.
Oh, she cute. Comedy, it's not that white women fuck geeks. I mean, they do, but it's not that. People have sex with their fetish. When you think you black, you just have a horrible fetish because you like color bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Every other woman competes. White women know they're competing with Asian women. As for a short period of time, they were competing with black women, which is why all of a sudden they all had booties and lips, like they was going to get lip jobs and shit, collagen shots. Mexican women, the cute ones, especially Puerto Rican ones, but Mexicans too, they know that they're competing with every woman for a man. and they'll fuck a black man, a white man, they'll fuck whoever, a Mexican man like them. They know they're competing. Black women don't compete. They don't even compete intramurally. They don't even compete with other black women except on dysfunction to see who can be the second worst.
That's true, man. In the department that I'm in right now, like when I first started in this department back in 2016, all the women was black. There was black managers. None of them are here now. They all competed and they all clashed and they all gone. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Black women. Here's the thing: you will take somebody. Let's take reality show chicks. Reality show chicks are pretty garbage, right? But women watch these reality shows week in, week out. They watch the marathons, everything, and they want to see how much bullshit Nene Leakes gets away with. And then they're gonna do something one shade not as dysfunctional as Nene Leakes, just so they can say they're not the worst. Right? That is the nature of the toddler. They gravitate toward dysfunction, and I'll explain to you why. I'll explain to you why. It's very simple. Because y'all niggas won't train them. Because here's the thing. When you have a child, a trained child, right? 3 years old. At 3 years old, I knew my colors. I knew my alphabet. I could count to 100 by ones. I knew how to spell my name. 3 years old, right? I knew what general shapes were, a circle, a triangle. I knew general shapes. And I knew a few animals. I knew what a giraffe was, a dog, a cat. I had general knowledge for a 3-year-old child. Make sense?
Yep.
So when I go to preschool at 4 years old and they're teaching colors, I already know my colors. They're teaching giraffe. They're using animal crackers to teach you the elephant, giraffe, and you get to eat them. I already knew what the elephants and giraffes and stuff were, right? I already watched these cartoons and read these books with my dad, right? So I had more than enough information before I got into school to have a good foundation for education, right?
Right.
There's a bunch of I literally listened to this bitch. Her daughter name was Ash. This 20 years later, now I'm grown. Her daughter name was Ashley. I see the little girl. I'm going past Ashley Furniture. I said, what does that say? She says, I don't know. The girl was like 5. I said, what's that? What does that say? She said, I don't know. I said, spell it out. And she tried to say the letters, but she didn't really know her letters. I said, spell your name. Ashley. I said, well, what does that say? I don't know. I said, spell it out. She didn't recognize letters. I said, that's Ashley. She said, that's Ashley? That's me. I said, yeah. She said, I own furniture. Yeah, baby. That's Ashley. I go and talk to the mother and the grandmother. The mother argued me up and down that this little girl do no shit. She just playing stupid. And the grandmother says, I don't give a fuck what she know. That ain't my job. Whatever she needs to know, she'll learn in school. They get paid to teach. So now the girl is disruptive in school, fighting every day because she don't understand the lessons. You can change that from girl to boy. It don't matter. The most disruptive people in class are either, regardless, they're bored. Either they're the smartest kids who think this is dumb, they in some remedial shits and they're entertaining themselves, or they the dumbest kids who can't get the lesson and they just want attention any way possible. The kids that are already trained to go to school are the quote unquote good kids, right?
Right.
So either as a parent, you have the smart kid in the wrong grade, you should have let them excel, or more than accurately, you didn't train your toddler before your toddler got to school, so now they're just going to be disruptive, right?
Yeah.
The reason these goofy ass toddlers still talking with clothes on to this day is because passport bros, MGTOWs, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with none of that shit, except for the fact that it all comes from not having the ability or knowledge of how to train your toddler. So she won't try to be the worst and disrupt your class. Right? That's why these bitches are the generational curse. And that's why fucking girl dads and simping forces they gotta go. Or you gotta go because it's way more than them than you. So you gotta tribe up so you can be in a place and space where you can be functional.
Right.
You can't be that's comfortable with bitches disrespecting you. You can't be. I will go to an extent and say black men don't even know when they're being disrespected.
Yo, that's a fact right there, bro. That's a fact.
So guys, just study your tolerology, man. I'm gonna take over the. It was supposed to be study groups with you guys, but I've overseen a couple of y'all study groups. And y'all niggas don't know how to teach, so I'm gonna take over the study group for course 1. I'm gonna still let the little homie D do the study group for course 2 because that's what he concentrate. He's that age. He just trying to fuck. Course 2 is all about that action, boss. How to, you know what I'm saying? How to get him in line. But the fundamentals come from course 1 because it's one thing to get some pussy and it's another thing to listen to the bitch with clothes on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because once you get some pussy, then you start listening to this bitch because you kind of enjoy the pussy. Can't listen. Because you gotta. Here's the thing. Here's the worst thing, and I'm gonna outro on this, man, and I'm gonna let y'all say y'all last words. But I just want to say this because this is a very big pet peeve for me. There's this new thing that's been going on the last 5 or 6 years, where men are asking women what she brings to the table.
Yo, that shit is so dumb to me, bro. I never did that dumb shit. If you stick around the girl long enough, you will figure it out yourself.
I ain't trying to figure out shit. I ain't got that type of time. When you learn how to be a Toddler trainer, you don't have to ask that question. Women need instructions because girls are dumb. Girls are dumb. You're supposed to have your list, and that's why I say I'll take over course 1. Course 1 will help you create that list so you know what you want your Toddler to bring to the table. You tell her what you want her to bring to the table. Because if you allow her to do it, she's going to bring you everything that she wants because they're narcissists. When you ask a bitch, she'll be like, yeah, I just want to pay all the bills and I'm going to save all my money and I'm going to pay for vacations. Bitch, you want a vacation. If he wanted a vacation, he wouldn't be with you. He'll just save that money that he paying for 2 and he'll go on vacation.
Right.
Girls will always project female standards on men and say this is what a real man does. So listening to a woman talk makes absolutely no sense because all you're going to do is prop yourself up for slavery. That's it. You're just setting yourself up for slavery by listening to a goofy bitch. Because who is she listening to? Black men listen to black women who listen to white women, who listen to gay white men who get paid by Jews to dress like black women, so those gay men can tell white women to tell black women to tell black men to stand down. These bitches are the ops. You sleeping with the enemy. I also sleep with the enemy from time to time, but I know they're the enemy.
You know their place.
The girls who like me, there's a lot of girls who really like me on the low, but act like they don't like me. Because that's another thing about social media. Social media gives women the ability to say slick shit because they want to be toxic. I liked the chat last night when the chat started going crazy on and at some point, I'm gonna see if I can find that part in the chat. And the whole chat just started talking about like, yo.
That was man. That was a hell of a
bell
time.
come from? The bell said some shit.
Oh yeah, the bell was in there. Yeah.
Hold on. This nigga the bell talking about some Jalen. Do you like tacos?
I read it when he said that too.
Niggas is talking about Tyler fight night.
Yo, that was a classic. That was a classic live, man.
Hey, Joe, this is when I knew it worked out. He was like, it's her baby or my baby, but it ain't both our baby. I was like, welcome to the Dirty Folks Podcast. Yo, this chat was going so hard last night, bro. And I was like, okay, they get it. I was like, the guys get it. So, so stupid. Something wrong with Toddler, man. Something is wrong with Tola, bro.
Tola goes fucking nuts in these chat. Ain't no, that's the chat king. Shout out to Tola.
Shout out to
Chat
Tola.
king. Man.
Shout out to Tola. Tola talking shit, then still be like, yeah, baby, but I miss you. Like, wait, what?
You had Tola doing that in the chat, and then you had Westside Kulik doing that on the panel.
I'm trying to find out Westside Kulik. That shit I'm trying to find out who I'm finna cuss out, because somebody was like dirty folks and Jalen sitting in the tree. I'm trying to find out who I'm supposed to be cussing out. Who the fuck am I supposed to be cussing out? Oh man.
Oh, there's a lot of comments in there.
It's a lot of this is the most juking show. This is a juking ass show. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to find the person I'm supposed to be cussing out.
And it was too funny. It was too funny because even before the whole incident with you and Jay Lynn, it was a chick that was on before both of y'all who was trying to put her kid all on camera. I don't know if you've seen that, but she was trying to put her kid all on camera and talking about she homeless and up there looking like a stud and shit, talking about she's a very good mother and all of that. And that part was too funny because World Class was like, he was like, I'm not gonna tell you again to shut the fuck up. Or what some he said.
Oh, the bill. Where the bill at? Is the bill in the chat? The bill, I'm gonna beat you up, bro. Look. Hey, John Connor, yo, run them daycare fees, bro. The bill talking about some dirty folks and Jalen. Fuck you, bro. Look, we gonna fight. But yeah, man, the chat went crazy last night, bro.
The pimping versus the tribe.
the chat went crazy last night, man. And I'm glad that you guys I'll tag that shit, bro. I'll leave a link to the to World Class show in the chat.
Yo, that shit that was alive for the memories. Imagine if we kind of are still a cohesive group of content creators 5 and 10 years from now. That's some shit we gonna remember.
You know how many fights I have with these goofy ass bitches in 5-10 years as my channel get bigger, bro.
I mean, but that shit there though, like, yeah, we're gonna be like, hey, remember when World Class got to 500 subscribers?
Look, that shit wasn't supposed to go down like that, man. I just came in, I was sipping on tequila, and that bitch said I was drinking water. I thought that was dumb. Who the fuck drinks water from little ass cups like this, bro? I came in sipping tequila, celebrating with my mans because it's birthday tomorrow, and you know I said we just went shopping and shit, we kicking it. And I see World Class on celebrating this 500. I said I gotta go show love because that's what I do. I show my guys love, and all that shit happened because this bitch said, man, how y'all gonna make a change? This is, oh my God.
All right, fellas, I gotta go, man.
Yeah, because what's the name for the start? I got about 5 more minutes in me. I just want to say this.
All right.
So this is what really pissed me off. These women come on male spaces to learn terminology from other men so they can go on women's spaces and sound smart so they can take over other women to be dysfunctional toward men. Mm-hmm. When Breezy asked questions like what would you guys do to change things instead of just argue about them? Once you say that, this bitch is really asking you, what's your, like on the Water Boy, what's your playbook so I can set up my defense against your offense?
Right.
She only got mad because I said, yo, my plan is to buy slaves, nigga, and build a plantation. Now, for everybody that's been on the Dirty Folks podcast, y'all done seen the whole show I did about slaves.
Right.
She gets offended, like, nigga, you better get you a tribe of white girls. I need y'all to understand that anytime you talk about submission, black girls will always talk about white girls because they're not going to talk about submitting. You understand what I'm saying? These bitches tell you passively and literally that they're not your friends. But because y'all have a fetish for the color, because it's not for the race, It's not even for the nationality. Because y'all will go to Jamaica, fucking DR, South America, Africa, and you'll just get a black. They ain't your same fucking tribe, but she black. That's how you know black is just a fucking fetish. Because you have a fetish for a color, these bitches feel like they can do what the fuck you want to, because if you got a fetish, they the only ones with that color. They can do what they want to do. Man, choke that shit. If y'all don't choke these bitches in the street. Anyway, man, what's your last words, Poppy? I know you're up out of here.
Great show, man. I need everybody to subscribe to my man Dirty Falls, man. Put it on all your social media. We need to get this man 1,000 subscribers by the end of September, man.
Yes, sir. Let's get him to 1,000.
Nigga, to 1,000. I got all types of shit I know.
That's the first step right there.
Yeah. Hell, that's the only number that matters.
Yes,
1,000.
Any last words on to instigate ass?
Hey man, great show as usual. Y'all can find me IG Zone 864 TV, YouTube Zone 864 TV. Really quickly, just kind of want to go back to the beginning. When you was playing the clip about the Black Man Unfiltered podcast, that clip about where he's talking about his mom. So guys, you got to conquer your moms. That's gonna come. That comes with manhood. That's gonna come.
It's only 50 seconds, man. I want them to get the context. A lot of people weren't in the beginning of the show.
Oh, okay, all right.
Raised by mostly women. My mom, my auntie, and my grandma. And my mom was always working, so she dropped me off at my auntie house all the time. And I was getting talked about as a kid, bullied as a kid. And I'm now reflecting, bro, I really was picking up my mom and my auntie and my grandma traits. Now I wasn't like, and I wasn't gay or anything, but I wasn't walking like a girl, but I started having these feminine traits. One of those traits was leading with my emotion. You know what I'm saying? Instead of whooping some ass, I want to cry, tell, and put my head down and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit really like messed me up, like elementary, middle school, then, towards 7th, 8th grade, that's when, that went away. But I had to really I feel like I had to build my masculinity by just talking to other men. You know what I'm saying? I say all the time, I wish we had platforms like this when I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying?
There you go, bro.
Yeah, man. And what I was saying, just tying into that is, just in some recent events that I'm going through with my mom, it's gonna come a point in time where you gotta defeat your mom. You know what I'm saying? Or you gotta get her to submit for you, to you, or you gotta bounce. It ain't no way to it. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I never thought I'd get to a point in my life where, you know what I'm saying, my mom challenged me like I am, but it's a test. It's all a test, and you got to pass the test. And don't feel bad about excluding people out your life. Don't feel bad about it. It comes with the territory, and it comes with tribing up as well. You feel me? So that's what I want to say is, you gotta conquer your moms, because we definitely got some hell of a mothers out here. And y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the show, Dirty Folks Podcast.
I want to piggyback on what you said real quick, and I appreciate that. For me, I had to conquer my dad for the exact same reason, though. But for me, it was, I know I'm right, and I know this goofy bitch is wrong. Get your baby mama. And I had to understand at some point that my dad was the simping force that would rather sacrifice me to the volcano than hurt a girl's feelings. So even after you conquer your mom, if you still feel like, yo, I just had a bad mom, it must be another apple out there. That's why I say girl dads and simping forces are way more dangerous than women. Women have absolutely no power. You saw that last night with Breezy. When men don't come to their defense, they have no power. Girls can't do shit to you, B, unless they're your mother and they have direct influence over you. But just generally speaking, women have no power over you that men didn't give them. Somebody has to enforce it. You understand what I'm saying? Women have to be empowered. Men have the power. Women have to be empowered. Depower that goofy bitch. So I appreciate that, and I agree with you, bro. And I understand that's your own personal cycle because you love your mother. Shout out to that. Shout out to niggas loving their mom and shit. Shout out to you being both my man Don Cheadle on Crash. He doing everything right, and she love Lorenz Tate. And he fucking up in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's part of that. My son, my kids ain't shit things that me and my friends be talking about. Like, nigga, we doing all right. Them boys ain't
Right.
shit.
Right.
That brother in jail though. That's my baby. That's my firstborn son. Like, what the fuck, bitch? Like, women will always seek the dysfunction because water always seeks its level, and these chicks are barren, bro. They only have a water level, bro. They not sea level. They just the bank. You ever seen a shit that used to be a river and now it's dry, like a canyon now? It's just that's what they are, bro. And they trying to get you as low as that, while simultaneously wanting you to refill the water in the river. It's an impossible task because girls are bipolar and they dumb. They don't know shit. They just do shit. And everything they do to you is being plugged into another man's system for them to do it. Try but create our own system. We'll have these bitches trained in such a way that we can prosper and they'll be better because we're better.
Facts.
Anyway, I guess that's gonna be my final word too. I want y'all guys to send in the clips. Hold on, I gotta do my clip thing. That be kind of go hard. Yo, send me your 1 minute clips. If y'all got 1 minute content out of this that you guys think were impactful, that can help somebody else, clip it, send it to me. I'm gonna put your name in the hat, and then we're gonna do the raffle, and whoever win, they gonna get some free shit minus shipping and handling because I ain't paying your shipping, but you had a shit, and then that's what we're gonna do. So if it's a 1 minute clip in any show I did, it don't have to just be this one, any show, send me the 1 minute clip and put your name in the hat. Anyway, on that note though, eyes tired, boss. Love each other as you love yourself. Feed the pack. Toddler tales are crazy stories that could only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Toddlerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other Toddlerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story.
Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player. Or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause I swear she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low, bring in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare.
Why did Daddy say so?
Because we were talking about every night I wanted some boyfriend, so I'm moving out.
Because Daddy told you can't have a boyfriend in his house? So you're moving out?
Yes.
Dirty folks.